And there goes the recording. It's off.
Oh no. Oh shit. We're actually on the recording. Quick, everyone swear.
You already did.
Yeah.
We need to ruin Izzy's ability to be monetized on YouTube.
No, that you don't do swearing for that. There's much better or easier ways to make sure he can't be monetized.
I thought Izzy would be in the Disney monetization market, and therefore, like, just swearing in general would hit him.
I'm honestly
Swearing
surprised
only matters
that
if you do it in the
it isn't
first
like
minute.
Disney Dan by this point, like a knockoff Disney Dan.
I mean, I'm not on YouTube to make money. I'm on YouTube so I can listen to crap that I upload and care about. That way I can make your lives miserable for decisions that you've made that I've forgotten about.
You mean decisions you've made?
No, decisions you've made.
It's a mix. There's both. And Izzy shouldn't be expecting us to make good decisions when he offers to run a game for us. He should know at this point. He has to accept partial responsibility.
I accept nothing. I only take responsibility for the events that are happening in the world that you guys have not directly affected, which are shockingly few and far between.
We did, in fact, make some choices in backstory.
Yes, you did.
And we weren't aware of what that would entail.
You'd think we'd have learned from the Pokemon game.
Yeah, you can't claim that anymore, especially those of you who this is your third game with me.
Only
I know
my
exactly
second.
what I did.
Good, yeah, I know you did.
Look, in all of these games, have given Izzy a very short, this is what I'm doing, here's where I expect you to tie plot hooks in.
Izzy, for a couple of us,
Do
this is
as
our
you
fourth
will.
game. This is our fourth game with you.
Or fifth. I ran 2 Naruto games.
Actually, it's Sean's fifth.
Yeah, technically I was in both of those games, even if one of them, I was asleep for 99% of the game's run.
That's true.
And for the other one, I was there for the first, 3 sessions, and then for the last 3 sessions. Because my schedules did not work for those games whatsoever.
Yeah. I'm actually giving the groom of the weekend copies of all those files too. All the games here.
Groom? Who's getting married?
Wash.
Wash.
That's this weekend?
That's this weekend.
That's this weekend.
Anyway,
Nick, are you going to that?
I'm going to that.
I'm going to that.
Okay.
I think a few of us are. Anyway, let's get started. Session 12. I don't know what we're calling this session yet because, oh dear goodness, what are you all doing?
I'm going to say it's the butts. The butts is the default answer to any what are we doing.
That's fair. But yeah, who would like to tell me what happened last time?
We had a discussion about problems like mature adults.
I mean, I got Izzy to swear and to ask, "Are you kidding me?" in a very irritated tone of voice, so I won at tabletop games.
Yeah, we did way better in the 3 rounds of combat than we should have been, according to Izzy.
Which means we're extra screwed when he tweaks all future encounters.
Yep.
Yeah, we really should have pulled our punches.
The fight was not the point of that session, guys.
No.
You all know that.
No, I know, but it was very clear you were not expecting... You had to do a force activation of scene transfer of in order to end it, rather than we lose to the giant big angry spirits.
I mean, to be fair, that was the plan for the Outtracker, and that guy did have that ability just in case you guys were more OP than I thought. Turns out, I planned correctly.
Yes, you did.
The thing of when we all start in red, and therefore are only using red abilities.
I was using yellows for my big
I have
punch.
not used a red ability this entire game. Thank you very much.
I have.
I was mostly actually using my green, because my greens are very
Do
good.
you actually have any red actions, Dan?
I have 2 reds. Neither of them deal a single point of damage.
What use are you?
Oh gosh, yep, that one.
I have a couple of niche, really, really cool ones, but they don't deal damage.
Yeah,
I mean, if I could have, I would have made all of my red abilities just innates, but it wouldn't have worked well.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's working out fine.
I have 2 red innate abilities and 1 red ability that does damage to an ally.
Anyway, after that fight that got punched sideways, we all had dream sequences and learned
Yep.
stuff.
We learned about the backstory.
Winter Soldier.
And some of the dream sequences weren't actually dream sequences, which made them
Also,
strange.
Izzy, I think for the rebuild, I am unfortunately going to go for the boring but effective method because I realized the math actually favors that.
We'll talk about it after this session because I'm pretty sure you guys are going to be able to get collection this session. But we'll see how it goes. But yeah, you all had dream sequences, and you were all aware of each other's dream sequences, not unlike your Pokemon dream sequence. I do that a
See,
lot.
I think you might have a fetish for causing pain and suffering via dream sequence.
I mean, the difference there is timing. The Pokemon one came way closer to the end of the game. This feels closer to middle, or maybe even before middle.
I mean, you could just you guys could all just say, fuck it, and go your separate ways, and game over. I don't think you're going to do that, but you could.
I mean, if we were going to do that, we would have done that like 2 sessions ago.
We haven't finished making each other miserable yet.
You haven't finished making me miserable yet!
Yeah.
Izzy, we are never going to be finished making you miserable.
Isn't that right, Papa Dan?
Are we waking up separately, or are we remotely near each other when we come out of the dream sequences?
So, again, most of you were not actually asleep for these. It was the mist changing the scenery around you and then just parting ways. And as last session ended, all of your final dream sequences, separating, and, the clouds parted, and you found yourselves back in a swamp, which was very different from what all of you had envisioned, except for Yira. Yira, you're just straight out booking it through the swamp, away from the source of green flames that is currently spreading behind you. But as you're all, waking and, your eyes are clearing of, this almost unnatural dense fog, you feel a calling, almost. Something that's, almost pulling you towards a specific location in the
Is
swamp.
it fire?
It's not fire. It's almost like a yearning to get there. And as you all, in a state of, almost semi-haze, just inadvertently follow this feeling, it eventually leads you back to Thomas, who is still parked in the middle of the swamp, on top of, a grouping of, decomposing roots and knocked over trees. Seems to have moved slightly away from where you guys had initially fought those demonic spawn creatures, the spider and the tree.
Did Thomas have a dream sequence too?
I mean, as far as you know, probably not. Otherwise it might have connected you, but there's no way for you to really know.
I feel like Thomas slept like a baby and is the only one coming out of this, without any problems.
Yeah, so...
The instant I see Hotaru, I will beeline towards her, give her a massive bear hug, a hair ruffle, and kind of refuse to put her down.
Fair.
Yeah.
So as you're all heading in and you feel that calling back towards Thomas, as you get closer, you're realizing it's not coming from the cabin, it's coming from the second area where you guys have normally left your stuff and have been serving as kind of like a living quarters.
Is that also where we tend to keep BB?
BB moves between the second and third car. So,
Right.
50% of the time, yes. Depends on how many people are where. BB will go where BB fits.
Izzy, given what I'm currently running from, am I to assume I show up very last?
You should assume that. Yeah, you can assume that. You know the direction it's pulling you, but you're farther away and are definitely at more of a
I
sprint
have a
than everybody else.
distraction.
Yeah, exactly.
That?
So, what do you guys want to do?
Survive.
Hotaru, don't take this the wrong way, but how old are you?
I thought I was 19.
What year were you born?
Do we have a year system, Izzy?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Presumably, yes.
okay. So here's the problem with that. Presently, everybody uses the Avatar genocide as the new year zero.
Fuck.
Which is what the Avatar canon uses. It's AG and BG. Unfortunately, Hotaru, you have been using a much different system.
I feel like the Fire Nation itself will have not translated to a year zero is when we killed the Avatar.
Yeah, I feel
They
like
don't know
Fire
if they
Nation
killed her or
calendar
not.
is
I feel like
its
the
own
Fire
thing.
Nation calendar still is the Fire Nation calendar.
The Fire Nation calendar is now. It's not. They don't consider it the beginning during the Airbender genocide. They consider, since this is the beginning of a new era, the beginning of the war, is when the new calendar
I was
started.
gonna say, why wouldn't they switch over when they get like a new emperor or something?
I mean, that's
Actually,
what.
that switching over when a new emperor shows up actually makes the most sense for that. I think.
I mean, that's what some
Oh,
countries have
that's a
done in
good.
real life.
That's a good one. Do you know who the emperor was when you were alive or when you were little?
Yes.
Except, though emperors live for like over 100 years in Avatar.
Sure,
Yeah.
I mean, Han has a reasonable amount of historical knowledge, probably enough to put two and two together.
Han, you can roll me history. Hotaru, you know the day you were born. You were born.
I feel like that would be also common knowledge to know how fucking old your Emperor God King or whatever the hell the Fire Nation has is.
Sure. Rizik,
Can I also roll for this?
Han and all the Fire Nation people may make this roll.
So sorry, what type of roll is it? I'm fighting with a printer right now. What's going on?
History.
Did I roll personal skill?
6.
Are you even there yet?
I'm going to use Child of Two
I
Nations.
feel like I'm rolling for when I show
I'm
up.
not rolling for shit, because as a child, I wouldn't know nor care, or did I listen in school?
And it's also not your region, so you don't care.
Yeah.
What status are we in right now?
You're back to green.
Okay.
This is the new scene.
Man.
Izzy, I'm invoking Principle of Fire by virtue of its Fire Nation information.
Fine. Fair.
I don't think I can use either of my principles for this. Meaning I'm stuck with that 3 instead of that awesome 10.
Okay, yeah. Rizik, you know it was the year. It still is the age of Sozin. So you're not sure exactly what year it is anymore. You didn't really pay attention to that in school. Hotaru, you got a 5.
Yep.
How
old was Avatar Roku when you were young?
Yeah, hold on a minute. Let me see something. Let me check.
Right, because Avatar Roku is still canon, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Avatar Roku is very much canon.
In fact,
How he died, that might
Hotaru
not
shot,
be.
in fact, Hotaru shot Avatar Roku out of a cannon.
Oh!
I mean, technically his death is still canonical, Izzy just made it so that Hotaru is what caused the eruption.
Right, so how old was Avatar Roku?
Okay, so... Hotaru?
Yeah.
You... Oh, shit.
I mean, you're over 40, right? Because if Roku's dead,
Oh,
and you kill Roku...
Well, thank you for this piece of information, Wikipedia. This makes this game so much more interesting now.
Oh no.
What stupidity happened because of the internet?
Don't worry about it. Don't worry
We'll
about
find out. We will inevitably find out, and it will hurt.
How
Okay.
is Izzy so good at, like, being excited about something and not instantly spilling the beans? I suck at that.
Okay.
Because he has a good sense of dramatic timing.
All right, let's go through this in order from lowest to highest. Hotaru, you got a 5.
Yeah.
Han, you got a 6, so those are the same threshold. And Yira, you took max die, and you're all in the same range.
Are we lining up, like, youngest to oldest? Because I'm definitely the youngest.
No. So
I feel like we're sort of lining up youngest to oldest here.
okay, so guy.
Just, like, moving Otaru around.
And I just need to check one other thing.
Why are these so expensive?
Why are what so expensive, Kenzie?
My mom wants, like, a rangefinder for the golf course, which is, like, a fancy, like, spyglass or something.
Oh no, those are so expensive because people who play golf are obviously wealthy.
I know, it's annoying.
Numbers, math, math, math. Okay.
All right, Gage.
What does it do?
Do you have birth date? Yep. Damn, I'm good.
Oh boy.
I'm
Izzy
concerned.
did a thing. I blame Izzy.
Nick, you know golf things. Look at this and tell me which one is good. Like,
He's so excited he's quoting
Well,
Borderlands.
we're so off topic because because we decided that Izzy needed to do math.
Izzy needs to do math, and I need to distract myself. So, Nick, I sent you an Amazon page of golf range finders. I don't know
looking it
which
up.
one is good. And I'm not spending $500, so I definitely saw one that was like $400 on here, and I'm not fucking getting that one.
I'm drawing
Yeah,
up
no,
a
golf
robot
ranger's
chart.
good.
Okay, so for those of you three with the minor twists, which is everybody not Rizik, the age, as far as Fire Nation calendars are concerned, they reset when a new Fire Lord is appointed.
See, I was right.
So Hotaru,
Yeah.
you
I was
were
tired.
you were born. Oh no, wait, this would have already had. You were born in the year 34 in the year 34 of Firelord Sozin.
Like 34 years into his reign.
Yes.
Okay.
For context,
Someone marked down in our notes how these numbers because we're not going to remember them later.
yeah.
Not it.
Not
Got
it.
it.
Hell no, I'm a child. I'm not remembering numbers.
Let's see. Han and Yira. Yira, how old are you right now?
Give me a second to check my backstory. Do.
And Han, you're 30, 35?
Han's 35. We
I'm 8. Does that help?
Not at all.
No.
But we
Where
appreciate
did I write down how old Rizik is?
Rizik is 29.
Okay,
Yira's 43.
Kenzie,
pulled that
I don't
number
know.
out of my ass.
You were pulling a number out of your ass, but like, I'll just go with it.
Rizik, yeah, I'm helpful.
Because it's basically the thing of Rizik is physically older than Hotaru, but younger than Han and Yira. And the number you gave worked for that, so therefore that's what it is.
29.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I have
only
a
a couple of
coworker
us
that's
have birthdays
21.
tied that are relevant in terms of like pinpointing major historical events.
I have a coworker that's 21, and he was really excited. He's just like, "Oh, soon I'll be able to rent cars." It's like, oh god.
I work with like my boss is like 50. I have like 2 coworkers that are like mid-20s, and the rest are all like early 20s, and it's like, fuck.
Well, I had a coworker talking about how, like, they were sad because they were turning 30, and it's just like, had to deal with that 2 years ago.
I feel you. No, this one is interesting though, because I have a couple coworkers that are like early 20s,
Oh,
but
boy.
this one is just like really excitable, so it like really shows that he's 21. Oh no, Izzy said, "Oh boy."
Kenzie.
Well, he kind of is, yeah. He's a big puppy, and he's in the military, so you know, gets beaten out of him. Except he's in the Air Force; they don't really do a lot of that.
Yeah.
Less beatings.
Man,
There's
They
a reason
play
why the Air
fucking
Force
frisbee for their PT. Like they were describing one of their PT things to me, and they're like, "Yeah, we played frisbee," and I was like, "What?"
man, from work at the Air Force Software Factory I work at, I really need to find someone who has the authority to find what the blacklist for people not who aren't allowed to be hired there again, and figure out the reasonings why. Because
they're
someone
so
got the access
lenient.
for that, and it was great because, like, basically we had someone that was in a position of power who the reason that they had the position of power was because legally they were the only person allowed to have that position of power.
Wow.
Because it's the thing of they had to be a direct hire, but the direct hires are hired at like the government rate for the country, while non-direct hires are hired based off the location. So basically, the thing is, if you are non-direct hire, you're making like 3 or 4 times as much as if you're a direct hire. So no one would go for direct hire option. So the only reason for you to go for direct hire option is because you are either A, unbelievably patriotic, but you don't actually want to be military, or B, you're an incompetent fuckface.
Or you were in the military, so it's an ungodly amount of money for you.
See, except, yeah, but the military, the people that are actual military and on loan are they're paid for like their home base, but they're also given a stipend based on the location that they live in for cost of living, meaning that like a couple
Also,
of these
be right
people
back.
are getting apartments covered by the government to live in Boston, and not like outskirts of Boston, but downtown Boston because they wanted them to be 15 minutes away from the office. So
yeah.
like the amount of money they got for cost of living was like 5 times what their paycheck was.
Yep.
So,
And,
so as interesting as this conversation is, I'm gonna get us
No,
back.
we derailed hard. Sorry.
We need to wait for Nick to get back now.
That's true.
Is he had to do math? And
I had to do math. It's okay. You guys can do math in the meantime. So, Han, you were born in the year of Sozin 41.
And Hotaru was born in the year 34, you said?
No, 26.
No, you said 34.
You said 34.
Let me remath.
Okay, well, if you remath, the reason I want to know is that
conversation.
He said 34 initially. I suspect he started then redoing the math based on some ages you supplied him with. But yes,
Yeah.
34 is what I had typed in while waiting for additional information.
Thank you, Laura, for taking notes for us.
Yeah, I mean, throwing it into world building just feels like it makes sense.
Hey.
No,
It was very nice. I just got back.
Changing it, 26. Year of Sozin 26.
And you said Dan was what?
So,
Year of Sozin 41.
So, Hotaru, you
How old are you right now, Han?
Hotaru, you should be 50.
Wait, how old's Han?
Han, what's your current age?
Han is 35. And I was born 15 years after. Hotaru should be 50.
And Yura, you were born in Year of Sozin 33.
No, if you're 45...
I'm 35.
Oh, you're
not 45.
35. Why did I think you were 45?
I don't know.
Because I said
Yeah,
43.
Because year 41 was just mentioned.
Yeah, there it is.
Probably
But
that.
we're basically each from a different decade, at least in terms of literal age.
Yep. We're good at this, guys.
Thanks,
Got our 40s, our 30s, our 20s.
thanks for making me
teens.
math, guys.
And then a literal fucking child.
Hey, you... Hey. You needed one in the party to be the chaos monkey.
Did we really?
Yes!
I mean, at least this one wasn't the dead ghost thing this time. You're just friends with it.
Are
Did
we
you check the body very closely
Are
before
we
you brought
really
it back?
sure about that, Dan?
No, but we're not
nobody's
sure about
asked.
anything anymore because Hotaru is apparently a couple decades too young.
Soldier.
Nobody's asked if I'm alive or dead. So, you know. That's on you.
Schrodinger's urchin.
Yeah, that sounds accurate.
Or like Schrodinger's little shit.
Hey!
Well, yeah, I mean, that's Schrodinger's cat anyway, so...
Yeah, it's like we're fully in Por qué no las dos territory here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna ignore you all.
This
continue
is
to be
firmly out
awesome.
of character. Schrodinger doesn't exist in Avatarverse.
He could. You don't know.
Are we sure about that?
Probably called like Jin Schrodinger
Somehow
something.
I don't think.
What
the
if that
science
was
is advanced
Boomy's
enough.
birth name?
I feel like the
Boomy's
scientific understanding
Schrodinger.
is not enough for Schrodinger's cat to have been like a thought experiment.
Umi is Schrodinger.
You're probably not wrong about that, and it's a terrifying thought, because he would.
Isn't it great? I also believe Izzy would do that.
Yeah, probably.
You're welcome for the idea.
Taking notes.
We just wanted to say you're welcome.
No,
So,
why
yeah.
are we doing this to ourselves?
So, yeah. As you all look around, like, shocked at finding out how old Hotaru actually is, after Yuri, ran in out of breath, but, stayed focused just long enough to figure out ages.
Because this was the
mean-
very important part.
Okay, to be fair, Europe only realized this, as in the middle of running and went, alright, useful information, good to know, filing it away for later.
Yeah, meanwhile, the age part isn't really registering, it's just your dad's a butt and you were in an awful place, therefore you get smothered with hugs.
Also true and correct.
I just seem kind of shocked.
You're 50.
No, I can't be 50. That's not possible.
You said it yourself. You're
Have you started your period? Can you tell me about it?
That isn't where I was expecting this to go, but
Look,
No,
we
that's
already know what
take this.
we already know what Nara's
I don't
ideas
have
of
an
age
older
are like.
girl here to talk to about it. I can't talk to Dad.
I
Really?
was gonna say, Yura definitely dumped all of that knowledge on Nara as the
Yup.
responsible adult in the room.
Ah, shit. You're probably right.
I
That's
swear,
so
I
fun.
swear,
Oh no, that 100% got dumped on Nara, but Yura's not the most, helpful person in regards to
And
people
also,
who
we know how bad
care.
kids are at estimating ages.
Yep.
Yeah, you don't get your period until you're 50, right? That's how that works.
I feel like we had a quote way towards the beginning where you learned Hotaru's age and asked if she was or rather, you're older than me, so you're 50, right?
That was me.
I do believe that happened. It was hilarious.
I probably did. I might have.
It was Izzy, not you, but it was still
Oh.
hilarious.
That's where Izzy got the idea.
No.
Yes.
No, this has been established.
How is Izzy hinting?
Izzy, the most subtle of our friends.
No one picked up on it until right now.
Why would I?
You
We're all
have
dead
no
as shit.
context for it.
But yeah.
Let's just assume that Izzy shoved a Winter Soldier plot in here to kill Avatar Roku in a slightly different way.
Wait, what other Marvel movies does Izzy really like?
So as you're all pondering about, the vastness of the universe and how it wants to kill you and make you feel miserable, you just feel this wave of comfort as though you're being wrapped in a warm blanket and it's trying to pull you all closer together so you'll be comforted by one another.
This is the fucking jar influencing us, and I don't like it.
I mean, I'm pretty sure when Yura shows up, she's gonna be okay. Something
That's
strange is
where I
happening in the
fucking
swamp.
put that. Oh my god, I was
Also-
wondering where I put that.
To everyone, the Hellfire Bender is there, pointing at the glowing green swamp.
Yeah, Mingwell's hair is going to fully stand on end, and then we'll start making motions nope, let's get the fuck out of here.
yeah,
Thomas, you can move, right?
Dude, dude!
I'll take that as a yes.
It was literally the doot, and if you're got a foot on Thomas, you hear all aboard!
Toot, toot, be a toot.
yeah. Let's get out of here.
Sentient train is helpful.
Now it goes in the right thing.
Alright.
Fuck, I was tired apparently when I did that.
I believe, as it said, our party definitely supports Plan Flee and Live.
And live.
Where are
Well-
where are you guys going?
It's not the Hellfire Bender is not our problem at the moment if he's just chasing.
So for the time being, and lack of any other specific direction, do we want to continue on our previous plan until we make another decision? Head
As
towards
long as
that
the
East
fire
Avatar
is
sighting.
As long as the
Wait,
fire's not in
wait.
that direction, sure.
Wait, is Hotaru my sister?
I just what?
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 That's
Bazu, that was your dad, yeah?
What?
What?
Oh, no, not exactly.
Oh, I wanted a sister.
But actually, can I ask Bazu some questions?
Sure.
I think Bazu, if you can hear me, why were you with my father?
Yeah, Bazu, why were you with such a jerk?
Well, kid, he wasn't always a jerk. He was just very lost and alone and needed to find a way in a world, and I figured I could, help him. Bring a little fun into his life. Unfortunately, as he got older, he got more violent, and fun games, they started becoming, well, less fun for me as he grew in his destructive nature.
How long were you with him?
Seems like a drop in the bucket. Couple of years, decades, can't really remember.
How old did the person look when we saw the falling out vision?
Mid to late
He
teens.
was like a kid.
Mid to late teens.
Yeah.
Like, enough that there was peach fuzz on his, chin and under his nose, and he thought that, he was hot shit.
From what we can tell, this person has always thought they were hot shit and still thinks they are hot shit.
yeah, that doesn't sound like it changed at all.
You're not wrong. Do you have another question for Bazu? Because I'm taking all those comments to be out of character. Also, only Nara can hear him, obviously.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm repeating this, though.
I'm kind of assuming Nara's just translating.
Yeah.
Ask him how he met. Oh God, what's the guy's name?
Secum?
Yeah, how did he meet Secum?
How did you meet Secum?
Yeah, I'm thinking.
Actually, how did you meet Bazu, for that matter?
Did you not
He
expect
found
this?
me.
Andy?
He found me in the woods. I wasn't very happy at home, and I ran away, and then Bazu found me, and we've been together ever since.
How long ago was that?
Oh, how old would I have been? I probably like 4 or 5, so like 3 years, 4 years.
Yeah, you've been with him probably close to 5 years. Not
So I
quite.
ran away at 3.
Not quite that long. Not quite that long, but like ballparking.
It's basically as long as I can remember. So far. Like, Bazu has always been with me, so the idea of being without Bazu is, like, terrifying.
So Bazu's going to tell you is like, it was a similar story with Secum. I just saw a lonely little kid on the docks of a Fire Nation port. No family, no friends. Other kids were throwing, fish at him.
Aw, Hotaru, you don't have grandparents?
Not that I ever met.
Hold on, there's a meme I need to find.
Everybody's an orphan. Is that the meme?
No, it's not.
It should be.
No, I have a better one.
He just seemed.
This is my surprise face at Kenzie.
He just seemed very crestfallen, so I figured I would, help cheer him up a little bit. And it did for a while. And then, as he got older, he started, seeking revenge on those who made his life terrible when he was younger, way before I met him.
Sorry. I guess not everybody is just fun, right? They have to be vengeful.
Bazu, had he joined the military yet when you left him?
No, he had not.
So he hadn't met my mother?
I guess not. I don't know who your mother is.
Do I know a name? I actually have never put down a name.
You would know a name. It would be foreign to Bazu. He would not recognize it.
Must have happened afterwards then.
I don't know where I found this, but I found an interesting GIF.
Let's see.
Yes, you did.
I don't fucking know where that came from.
Good job, Kenzie.
Okay.
Wex, by the way, I'm just going to say your mom's name.
Yeah.
Mirana.
I'm going to type that in my stuff. Can you spell that?
I will send it to you. Oh.
Cool.
Yeah, Bazu will probably mention he met a couple of Maranas, but going, back, before people knew how to smelt metal.
A common enough name, I assume.
Yeah. Not really in Fire Nation, but yeah, pretty common.
Whoa. Yeah, duh.
But yeah. Every bag of chips is family sized if you're an orphan. What is the matter with you?
Thanks, Ron Swanson.
I'm not sure you have room to talk, sir.
Mm-hmm. This is your fault, sir.
There was less reaction to they threw beans on him than I expected.
I don't get
I've
it.
seen it before, Dan, okay?
I don't get it.
This one is all too familiar to us.
Christ for arms. They made fun of him for his arms.
I don't get it.
It's a really bad Why Is This a VHS movie, apparently.
Yes.
I'm not sure if it is was an attempt at seriously making a Christian animated film, or if it's a parody that someone did.
Why so serious about this?
I don't know.
I mean, the Christian parody films are kind of like off the chain. Like they get nuts.
I mean, I feel like the featuring 3 new EDM songs from Daldo is one of those things that's just too specific to be fake.
Who the fuck is Daldo?
I don't know.
Well,
I don't
maybe
know.
we should go back onto
Why would he
on
call
track.
himself that? It sounds way too close to like dildo.
I don't know.
Should we get
I
back
don't
on
know,
track?
but I blame Dan.
Probably fair enough to blame me for that.
You found it.
I did find it.
All right. So where are you guys taking Thomas?
I mean, do we want to have any other conversations before we do that?
That's up to you guys. I'm just
Well-
assuming it needs to get off of, direct to VHS dildo movies.
That was a sentence.
Technically.
Please put that in memorable quotes. Somebody.
Well, I think there's going to be.
VHS dildo.
Direct to VHS dildo. Alright, here we go.
I love
This is
it.
our game now. Blame Izzy.
That's the name.
Like,
That's the name of the thing today. Dildo movie.
Yeah, that's definitely the name of the session.
I mean, there
Here you go, Izzy.
outside of.
Izzy,
Well, congratulations, you wrecked monetization options.
Hey!
Hey.
It only took us what, half an hour? Christ.
Almost an hour.
I think I'm just going to look very
I'm not sure if that's more or less time than expected.
Way more.
Can we make the reasonable, by the way, can I make the reasonable leap about Rizik's dad, or is that like something that wouldn't be reasonable to figure out?
I because both you and Rizik double bookmarked that it's not off the charts.
I think that's reasonable
It's a
to
reasonable
make.
leap.
Yeah, I'm gonna turn to Rizik. I'm like, I'm sorry. He tried to help me.
Thanks. I'm sorry that it took so long and that you had to go through all that.
Now I really want to know.
Your
How
dad
did
told me he would, and it's just the thing of like, there's probably going to be something. You know, your dad, when I met him, pretended that he was a very good friend of my father's.
No.
So
That was Director Kresh, not Seckham.
Okay, sorry.
what we're saying, I think what we're saying is that we need to go kill Hotaru's dad.
And Crash.
Yay, murder!
I just am like, does this? Did I forget in game because it's been too long? Did you bring up the brother thing before with me?
I did.
I'm like, so maybe I really do have a brother then. I guess he wasn't born yet.
Or a half brother.
I nod.
I suppose that's probably true.
What do you know about him?
Izzy, do I know anything about him?
He was used as a bargaining chip.
He seems like he was the he seems like he is the son that Seckham always wanted. Very militaristic, very trained in firebending techniques. He's like a younger version of Seckham, effectively. Looks almost exactly like him and uses the exact same style of firebending and has pretty much identical worldviews.
And before clones.
I was literally about to say that.
He's the sort of son that your father wants, for better or for worse.
I kind of laugh. I'm like, typical.
Mm-hmm.
Probably not someone I'm too keen to connect with then.
Also, Yura, don't forget, the times you have met him, he was introduced as General Seckham's only child.
That makes a lot more sense given what has currently been revealed.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I was always his shame.
Given what appears to have happened, if that's true, I'm not sure if it's shame. I had thought that he had imprisoned you to look good for the war effort. Evidently, more was going on.
Why did he even ever love my mother at all? Thank you, Izzy. I understand this.
Oh no, you hear that in your head.
Wait, what? Is
Sure.
that Thomas?
That is not Thomas's voice. That is another voice.
Wait, what?
Damn it. The jar is talking now.
Is it?
Where is the voice coming from?
Inside the tank train.
I kind of snap around. Where I want to. I'm like, hold on. Who is that?
It seems
what?
seems to be emanating from one of Rizik's bags that he left on the train during this kerfuffle.
Rizik, can I look through your bag for a minute? I promise I won't touch any of the inventions, but I think there's something in there.
Be very careful about the spirit in the jar.
Is it coming from the spirit in the jar?
It sounds like it.
I'm going to gently take out the spirit in the jar.
Meaning you're opening the jar, or you're just taking...
Literally just taking the bottle out of the bag.
Okay, yep, it's a blue will-o-wisp in there. Also, Lore, just so I don't have to put quotation marks around all that, same deal.
Gotcha. Yeah, Mingwa is like finding BB and starting to like bed down in a corner somewhere.
Almost like, who are you? Who are you?
Yes. The glory of a podcast, which is a verbal and, audio format where we hear things.
You hear typing.
Where we hear things that come to us in text from the GM as the rest of us sit there.
Just do nothing.
I look around. Can anyone else hear it?
No. And I hear voices.
I will go over and...
nods.
I'll go over and... Wait.
Mingwa can hear it.
Wait, huh? The last time I checked, it could only communicate with you if you were holding the jar.
But I don't know. It says it's comfort. Is that your name?
Mingwa points at Hotaru and nods in agreement.
Is that just what you do, though? Do you have a name? I'm waiting to see if the jar says anything.
Audio. So much audio.
Yeah, it's so much audio.
Keeping watch on Hutaro for this, who can apparently hear the jar.
It says it's called Kono.
Oh no.
Does that name mean anything to anyone?
Mingwa shrugs.
I don't think I have the skills to roll to see it to know anything about that.
Is this something that I could reasonably try rolling with, like, Airbender spirit knowledge?
I'll allow it.
Is it worth me trying to roll Airbender spirit knowledge for this?
I believe the answer to that is yes.
Okay.
I feel like I have no idea what this is.
Let's see. I guess that would... this?
Is there any way I can boost his...
Wow, nope.
I was gonna say yes, but with that roll, yeah.
I don't know. Does Dan want to take a major twist?
I mean, Dan does have a collection.
You do have
You know what? I do have a collection. You know what?
I've never used one.
So collection just lets me re-roll?
No, you can set a die to whatever value you want.
That's not helpful. Because I'm still using mid-die for this.
Did you have a thing that would make you let you take max die?
If only he had said it beforehand.
Well, I mean, also my principles don't work for this, really, so no.
May I also roll spirit knowledge?
Yes, you may. Again, Dan, a major twist is always an option.
Nah, not for this.
5.
Action succeeds, but with a minor twist. Yira, in your travels, a couple of your masters and a couple of civilizations have prayed to different spirits. Usually they're some kind of physical manifestation of the world. Example, the Sun Warriors, worship the sun, but the sun also has a corresponding spirit. You guys know that waterbenders often, worship the ocean and moon spirits, the original two benders. There are other spirits in the world, though, that are not tangible manifestations. They're almost like muses, feelings. And while they don't necessarily hold dominion over those feelings, those spirits try to exemplify what those emotions are.
Is this one of them, that name, or...
If you had to guess, yeah, probably. Just from context clues that it's been, giving out and everything it's said, and at least how I mean, I don't know. Has everybody shared everything that this spirit in a jar has said? I think Rizik's gotten a few things that he hasn't shared with everybody.
Not today.
Not today, but previously when you first grabbed it.
Yeah, but you... Okay, it has told me I can help. It has a sing-songy voice. Has it said anything else to me? It has not said anything to me other than I can help.
I think it also gave you waves of comfort.
Oh yeah, waves of comfort, but I thought we all knew about those.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know about waves of comfort.
Yeah, it seems like that. Beyond that year, that seems like it. I'll also give you that, depending on what dialect you're using, the kanji for kono does actually translate to comfort.
Right. Oh, I have questions for this jar.
Mm-hmm.
How were you captured? Were you with someone before? Like Bazu is with Nara?
Are you touching the jar?
Yes, I'm still holding it.
Right. I'm just gonna do this audibly.
I'm gonna share everything this thing says. So
Okay.
That's fine.
Yes, I was with someone. I needed to make sure they were comforted.
And then did the White Lotus find you and take you? It would have been a man who sucked you out of whoever you were with, put you in this jar.
I was not sucked out of anyone. I took on a physical form and went to visit a person who was in so much anguish. His desire was causing him pain, and I wanted to relieve his emptiness and loneliness.
Comforting.
What happened?
He was raving about a love lost, and I wished to console him. One night, when I heard him calling out, I approached his living space. But surrounding him were other village elders, and that group. They said I was not welcome. And I didn't wish to be a problem, so I was willing to leave. But they would not let me leave. And now I am here. And you are all in pain. And you all need to be comforted. But I can only do so much.
Or if you're willing to speak to him, how did they stop you from leaving? You said you took a physical form. Was it? And
Why am I talking to him?
I was asking Hotaru for that.
Oh, I thought you said Nara. Sorry.
Or
Yeah, I guess I will ask. I didn't know spirits could take physical form without a person.
Oh, several of us are able to do this. I believe it depends on your lineage. I have many siblings who are also states of emotions. We can all do this. There are other spirits who retain physical form, their true form, when they come here into the natural world.
And they captured you for just trying to help.
They claimed I was not helping, that I was causing discomfort and pain. And I do not wish to do that. And they said that it would be more comforting for them if I was to leave this village alone. And it brought them comfort.
Huh.
Your heart is heavy. Meanwhile, you're going to hear a voice in the voice in your head, very privately, saying, "She needs a hug now."
Talking about Hotaru?
Yes.
I do.
Yeah, no, Hotaru is getting dragged into the cuddle pile of BB.
I get hugged.
It seems like a spirit capable of detecting when someone needs a hug is going to be very useful for this.
I look up. Should we let it go then? I don't feel like we have any right to keep it in this jar.
My only concern would be if just breaking the jar is safe for it.
Is the jar like stoppered?
Yes, the jar is stoppered.
You could just open the jar.
It's like a kind of squat mason jar, almost the kind of thing you would see a honey being lived in. You can unscrew it and uncork it.
I was holding off on opening the jar until we found out more about the spirit, though this is the most that it has talked, so
If you are more comforted by leaving me in here, I accept this, and that is fine. I will not be able to speak as much once we leave this area.
What about you, though? What do you want? You have a say in this. You're not just someone's slave, someone's weapon or tool.
I wish for all of you to be as comfortable as possible. That is my nature. Spirit does not go against their nature.
I kind of look up almost with like a pleading look for like, what do I do to the group?
No, do not be sad.
I would be fine with opening the jar at this point, though maybe we should leave the area where the more corrupted spirits are just to be safe that nothing happens to this one.
Yeah, we should get somewhere safer if we're going to do this.
Do that. Open it probably away from Thomas.
And because I'm like, we'd like to help you. It would comfort me greatly to do so.
If that is what you wish. As long as all of you are comfortable with this decision. There are many of you.
Are we all comfortable with this decision?
Mingwall just sort of shrugs. Like, he's not entirely comfortable, but he's not against it either. He's just sort of a little uncertain.
Reasonable considering everything that was going on.
Yeah.
I definitely am comfortable with it. I would like for people to stop using other people as tools.
I'm bouncing up and down, excited to open it because I want to see what's inside.
All of this checks out.
Yeah.
Okay. So, what do you guys do?
Move
Sounds
to
like
the
we're
edge,
picking the stupid option.
move to the edge of the
Potentially
cliff.
stupid
There.
option.
We should have more talks before we do that, because we're still in travel time. Talk.
Mm-hmm. Where are you traveling to again is the question as this is going on.
We should probably talk about that.
Well, I do think, especially since the big corrupted spirit is creating lesser problematic spirits, but still major problem ones, we do need to figure out where it went and deal with it, because it's just going to be getting worse and worse. But based off what we learned in that while we were in that thing, it probably is important for us to find the Avatar as well still. If we can kind of move in the general direction of both still, which I
So
believe originally this was a detour on the way to the Avatar, but still vaguely in the right direction, that's good, but
I need. I think I need a question then on your visions. Did, is the last Avatar dead? The one we thought it was?
Well, yes, I think so.
Aang, right?
Yeah, that was his name. It doesn't seem like Aang survived, which I never really allowed myself to think he had survived. I mean, he was just a kid, as much of a good airbender as he was, but
Well, that
I guess
means
I never
Well, hold
quite
on.
let go of the thought that the Avatar might still have lived.
Wait, let me do some math. Han, how long ago did that happen? My sense of scale of time's kind of off.
Izzy is what, 20 years?
Mm, between 20 and 25, give or take.
And I think I'm like, that would mean if the Avatar is what they say about him is true. This is common knowledge, by the way, the reincarnation, right?
That's the Avatar cycle is very common. It's been going on for thousands of years. Yeah.
Well, that would mean that they were reborn, but they'd be a member of one of the water tribes.
Well, yes and no. There's nothing, given the increased war activity in the last 20 years, who's to say that the Avatar hasn't been killed one or more times since Aang perished?
Well, when are they even able to identify the Avatar? I don't know how that works. Do they just wake up one day and they're like, I'm the Avatar, deal with it?
I mean, I don't know.
I don't. I
As
heard.
as far as I know, Aang was still a little kid when they sort of figured out who he was. But I don't know
I
if
don't,
that's the
Sean.
same for all
Thank you for
avatars.
that, Sigh. Someone acknowledged it.
yeah, no.
I
Good
was
job
trying
there.
to I was trying to ignore it, but that was well done.
I mean, I think we should at least the Fire Nation hasn't made large progress against the water tribes yet because they're currently engaged with the Earth Nation. Like, I don't think there's been huge inroads into the southern or northern water tribe yet, right?
Sean, roll me prototype weapons and inventions, please.
Can I also roll a bunch of things, Izzy, for how far have they made in terms of inroads?
You may as well.
Okay, you were saying what two things am I rolling?
Rizik, from you, I would like. Yeah, inventions and former weapons inventor.
And I don't think I can use Gearhead or Discovery because this
Gearhead,
is
you may. You may use Gearhead.
Really?
I'm going to roll to boost
Okay.
Rizik on this.
Okay.
I boost with a 5.
It's +2.
So 8.
Thank you. 10.
10. You used. I said you could use Gearhead.
Oh, oops! I read the Yarrow dice pull as what mine was.
Okay, so Rizik. What the hell? Thank you. Haven't made a ton of inroads into the Water Tribe. There have been several attempts at both the Southern and Northern Tribe. The Northern Water Tribe has been less successful than the Southern. The South has been raided many times.
Okay.
However, the reason why I had you roll those dice is because very specifically, Director Kresh was almost giddy at one point, because not quite your subdivision, but the aquatic subdivision had come up with some interesting little gizmos to drill through that ice under the surface of the water that would be undetectable.
So there's a chance that they were able to assassinate the
There's a
So
there's a chance.
like they haven't been able to get Fallout War or anything like that at the moment, but like there's a chance that they did succeed at it.
At bare minimum, there have been several unsuccessful sieges that have been at least public knowledge within the ranks of the military for the Northern Water Tribe. The South is go, burn stuff, raid, leave. Like, their defenses dwindled after the first attack. That's common knowledge for the two of you.
So if they were in the Northern Water Tribe, there's a chance that they'll still be around. But if they were in the Southern Water Tribe, then it's less likely they've survived.
Yeah. That's a pretty good way of putting it. I mean, those are the two main hubs in the world for waterbenders. But not the only ones, but the two main ones. I love how it just went silent after I said that.
Yeah, just trying to think. I think
in characters like I don't suppose we don't actually have anyone who has any connection there or knowledge.
I mean, the only lead that we have was the one that we had before.
well, weren't there two different sightings?
Yes, but we never actually investigated our half.
Yeah, so I guess we should investigate our half and see.
Yeah, we never did catch up with the troop.
Mm-hmm.
We were going vaguely in that direction, if I remember correctly.
So
We did a detour for the swamp, but we were going somewhat in that direction, I thought still.
The village of Tuzin, which is where you guys heard the Flying Opera Company was, is number 29 on the map. You guys are currently at 24 in the swamp. You guys literally took a detour back the way you came, up around the mountains to get into the swamp, because you were following the thing you created from the jars.
Yeah.
So where
Only good decisions.
Yeah, so where are you guys going to turn the sights of the tank train to?
Quite frankly, we don't have a means of dealing with the spirit. The Avatar might.
So
A bigger problem too. If what we saw is all true, my father is a monster that needs to be stopped. He knows about spirits, and he's proven that he's willing to use spirits and benders as weapons against his own people.
That he is, but he's also not exactly accessible to us. Unless we want to go back to the Fire Nation.
well,
Mingwall
we
makes
can
a face at that idea.
we can go after
I said it that way.
we can go after him. We can go after the Avatar to at least protect them, and then see about figuring out a way to stop him, because there might be some opportunities, especially if they're chasing after us.
Mm-hmm.
But I just think maybe finding the Avatar might be the best option. If their job is to restore the balance of the world, and the balance looks pretty off right now.
Yeah.
Might be the only option we have right now, for better or worse.
Mm-hmm.
Unless we have an idea how to deal with the spirit.
My best bet at the moment would be potentially, maybe, since Comfort has a calming presence, if we could do maybe something to amplify that, but
You should ask Comfort if that's even feasible, or if that
Yeah.
his ability
Yeah.
to run spirits.
or actually, Izzy, seeing as how this is the first instance, last session was the first instance where actually encountered the corrupted spirits. They did bleed the green goo and stuff like that, right?
That is correct.
Would it have been possible to have acquired any of that, or not really?
You know what, Sean? At the cost of, I'm going to say 2 hero points, I will let you have retroactively taken a sample.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. You have a sample of that stuff. Oh, actually, alternately, keep those. You can use your collection to just say you have some.
Okay.
Because you can change part of the scene with that.
Yeah, I'll use the collection for that.
Okay.
And I am basically going to ask Comfort whether or not they think they could do anything about the corrupted spirits, like the one we saw and the various ones that bleed this. Which, based off, I think, the shared memories, also seems like it might be something that the Experimental Weapons Division has been using.
You're putting your hand on the jar?
Yeah.
Trying to give you comforting, reassuring words. Unfortunately, this is beyond my power. I am only able to influence beings that were born here of the natural realm. My influence does not apply to other spirits. However, I do recognize the effects of, for she has a very strong, and if given the opportunity, I am confident that she. But
Are those breaks
You assume
purposeful?
he's coming out
I
on
assume
purpose.
the gaps are intentional.
Just double checking the gaps are intentional.
The gaps are very much intentional.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, thank you anyways. So,
Wait, is this the person that they keep, that we keep hearing references to a woman watching? Can you tell us anything about that?
The moon!
Well, yes, I am in fact aware that the spirit is capable of, by watching,
The most useful of statements.
yeah.
At least we know we're referring to the same being.
Yes, I just confirmed that for you.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there seems to be limits to how much of what you say we're able to actually comprehend.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Kenzie! Nara's getting a blip now.
Boy.
Everyone gets secret messages.
Oh, no. You're just getting the voice in your head, Kenzie. You just hear Bazu say, "Oh, shit."
That's not good.
Who understands?
Bazu was just going to say, "Kit, I have no idea who this spirit is, but if they're strong enough to affect other spirits as well as mortal beings, they can physically impose limits on what others can say about them."
Well,
Is this your ex-girlfriend too?
I mean, as far as I know, Twee hasn't put anything like that. I'm just not allowed to go anywhere near her realm anymore.
Oh. Don't hop over my shoulder.
But yeah, Twee would be that powerful. Most major spirits who are ancient would be.
What about Twee's sister?
Twee's sister?
La.
Oh,
Right?
her brother.
I thought it was a girl.
Definitely not.
Oh. Unfortunate. Okay.
He's got a mean right hook.
Okay. So we're looking for somebody that's on par with the moon spirit.
That's substantial.
Yeah, we really,
That seems bad.
We really need to find the Avatar now if we're dealing with this many powerful spirits.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Again,
So-
that's got to be a short list, but I've been out of the loop on the spirit world for a long time. Like, I've been out of the spirit world for at least 20 seconds and 6 Naras.
What?
What a wonderful time measurement.
Oh God.
That means he was with Second for several
Hundreds of
years at
years.
least.
Oh, he's just going by age.
Yeah, that works too.
Wait, are you talking about how old I am or how long you've been with me?
How
Because there's a
old,
difference.
how old you are. I don't remember
Okay.
how long I've been with people.
All right.
Drop in the bucket, kid.
That's fair.
I'm thousands of years old.
That's fair.
So yeah, what do you guys want to do?
Avatar sighting still seems like a decent place to start.
Yeah.
Okay. So just to clarify, you guys are going to get up and get out of the swamp, head back down southwest, around the mountains, past the village that is in the valley that is mostly destroyed. Yisan.
Wait, that would require backtracking?
If you guys look on the map, you're currently at 24. 29 is where you want to go, to Zin. It's on the south end of the mountains. You guys are presently on the north
Oh,
end.
okay, I'd assumed that the sighting was north of the mountains.
No.
For some reason.
Nope, 29. I mean, unless you want to go to the one that Boomy also went to, but that was, let me see notes.
Yeah, that's northwest of where we are.
Yeah, that one was. I am confident I wrote it down somewhere. We will. Makapu Village, number 16. Way up there.
16's real. Oh, that's where Boobie's going. Yeah, that's
That's where
real far
that's
away.
where Boomy went. You guys, the sighting you were told that you said you would go to was 29, and you've just been dancing around this mountain range for a couple of sessions now.
Not a couple. We've danced around it for a session. We went to 26. We then detoured to the mountain range
Yeah.
because things exploded at 26.
Yes, they did.
Uh-huh.
Completely not my fault, by the way.
100% your fault. Only blame Etsy.
All
I
right.
mean, you put the bomb under the table.
Mm-hmm.
I really didn't, but okay.
You can't give us something like that and expect us to not trigger the bomb, Izzy. I mean, really.
Okay. So you guys are going to head south past Makapu Village. Are you going to make any stops along the way?
Nope.
I have to go to the bathroom.
I don't think we're going to get any important stops besides, like, living stops.
You asked. I have to go to the bathroom. We need to stop.
I mean, we're stopping to let comfort out, but that's it.
Kono.
Yes. What?
Her name's Kono. She said
Oh no,
that.
sorry.
Okay. When are you doing that? You're actually waiting and getting to an open field? Are you going to wait till you get around Makapu Village location, which is like a day away? Or are you
I
going
feel like we do this away from civilization, and we do it in an open field.
Yes, agreed.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, so I'm gonna say you guys pass over where you guys backtrack well past Yisan, and as you guys are up on the ridges, you keep heading for probably another couple of hours until the sun is slowly starting to set. And you come back to a nice open field. Fortunately, I have a nice open field, which will look very familiar, but it's not the same place. It's farther down.
Mm-hmm. Time for boss fight version 2.0.
Yeah, let's just take you guys
Did
to...
they ping us where we're supposed to be on this map?
Yep, hold on a minute. Let me hide and reveal.
Oh my.
So you guys are around this section.
Is he revealing things for us?
Shift click? No? What is it? Is it shift click or alt click? I keep forgetting.
I think it's shift. Oh, yep, I'm there.
Okay, and hold on a minute. All of you are here.
Oh, that's why I couldn't drag myself out. Our icons are already there.
Yep.
How much do we heal during the travel time?
I'm actually going to say, well, what are you guys doing during the travel time? Let me ask you that.
Sleep.
Sleep?
And lots of hugs for Hotaru.
Okay.
Probably more meditation than Han has done in years.
Okay.
Yeah,
Is anybody in red is the question.
I am.
Anybody besides the perpetually red goat gorilla?
I'm going to tell you every time we stop, I'm going off into the woods alone.
Ooh, okay.
I'm going to be doing two things. One is trying to get what information I can from the spirit and learn what can while we have them around. And the other is, now that I have an idea on what the third car is actually used for, going to try and figure out as much as can from it and whether or not there's anything we can use against that squad from it.
Fair. So
Also, meditation and trying to talk to the spirit. I don't know. You're the one who it hasn't spoken to yet, so only vaguely try.
okay. First off, everybody can go back up to green.
Even me? Nice.
You would be the only one who wouldn't, but because you rested in the same car as that jar,
Aha!
you got
Nice.
you got warm fuzzies. So
Everyone to full green, or
everyone's back to max. Yeah.
nice.
Whenever you heal, you always go to the top of a color.
Izzy, I posted a thing to you.
I was wondering what you were going to be doing out in the woods. Let me see. Okay.
So yeah, that's a thing.
Okay. We'll get there.
But yeah, so anyone that's paying attention, I go off literally every night and probably show up at some point around like 2 to 3 in the morning, if not later.
And then wakes up with large bags under Hotaru's eyes. All right, you know what? I'm gonna go grab my scene tracker, and we're gonna just do this one at a time to see what you guys are doing, because that's easy for me to track you guys. Then
Izzy, I missed what you said at the start of that.
I said I'm grabbing the scene tracker so I can track who I have doing what.
Hmm.
All right, so who would like to go first?
Or in between things, or just the new
Yeah,
area.
yeah. No, you guys are in the new area. What are you doing leading up to... I say green will be what you guys are doing leading up to it before you guys stop for the day and end up in this spot. So, Hotaru?
I have stated what I am doing every night.
Okay, easy enough.
Kindly to you.
Secrets.
Yep. Minghua?
Yeah, I'm probably bedding down before I notice that, Hotaru leaves. I'm probably trying to teddy bear Han on at least half the nights because that's entertaining.
I mean, every night I do come back and just flop into you, Minghua.
Mingwa is very happy about this.
But it isn't till very, very late.
Yeah, you go to sleep with a Han, you wake up in the morning with a Han and a Hotaru. Humans,
Excellent.
how do they work? They must multiply if you squeeze them hard enough.
Yeah.
Careful, I will decide that I have actually learned that.
Rizik, what about you?
I'm going to be spending time researching as stated. If you want, I can roll for it.
I would like you to roll inventions plus your background, please.
Okay. This will be principal discovery.
Sure. An 8, you say?
Did I hit the button? Oh, I did, I guess. Oops.
It doesn't matter.
I accidentally hit that twice, apparently.
Well, you got the ones out.
I got an 8 for both of them, so
Yeah.
on the same die both times as well. But yeah.
Okay, so Rizik, you go. I'm assuming it's the workbench in the third car.
Yeah, because have gotten some information on what the third car is actually supposed to be now, and those people are problems, so...
Yep, okay, so you go back there, and you know this was supposed to be some kind of a maintenance bay for something incredibly large that needs to sit down. As you feel around there before, since you had been able to, see those blueprints, you actually know where there are a couple of hidden levers and buttons that you were otherwise unable to find previously. And you open it up, and inside there are kerosene welding apparatuses, spare gears, some large, the size of your head, others minute, tiny. And inside the chair itself are lots and lots of, very highly specialized repair tools. And from when you were clearing stuff out and boxing it up and throwing it in the back to make more room in here, there were a lot of parts that did not go to the tank train that were in those boxes. From the kind of stuff you're looking at here, there's some grease, there's, the acetylene torches, there are, screwdrivers, wrenches, hammers, all sizes. It also looks like in one section here there is what you can only assume is some kind of a smelting anvil.
That's...
literally built into the seat of the thing, a big one. Who? Nick, are you okay?
Sorry, you are probably hearing roommates in the background because they are out in the kitchen.
Ah, okay. But yeah, all that, Rizik is just telling you that whatever this thing is that is meant to sit in this seat is both incredibly large and heavy armor to the point where you need all this specialized equipment to at least get to the vast, intricate parts, hence all the precision instruments and tools. As an example, the tank train only uses the macro size tools, not the precision micro stuff.
Okay.
As comparison. And that's all you really get. The other thing it would be, you are familiar with the vast majority of these tools. The bulk of whatever this prototype is definitely mechanical and probably propulsion based, which is in your wheelhouse. That's not saying all of it is. The tank train is technically, the majority of it is in your wheelhouse, but then there's the power source, which isn't.
Okay.
All right. Nara, what you gonna do? Not hearing a Kenzie, I will move over to ask.
Hello?
Oh, there you are. Okay. What would you like?
I started talking immediately.
Oh, I didn't hear you, so.
We heard you.
What?
I don't think any of us heard you at first.
Nope.
Okay, so Nara, what would you like to do in this down period while you guys are traveling over the course of a couple of days?
I will prepare some prank items, I guess. So like, my bags of marbles so that I'm like ready to throw them under people's feet and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
I want to try to commune with Thomas and get to know him better.
Okay. Okay, so here's a thing you guys can do in montages, and you're the first person to really bring it up like that. If you do want to sit aside and prepare some pranks, you can gain a bonus usable in the next combat scene by having something like that prepped. So
Makes sense.
it's a one-time bonus. So it's the equivalent of you're gaining like a pseudo hero point bonus, but it can stack with other things. So if you want to make that kind of a bonus, you can, and you can put that on your sheet for later use, but then you won't have time to commune with Thomas. The choice is yours.
No, I'll go for the bonus.
Okay, cool. Please, if you're, carefully plotting out, the intricacies, like, okay, bag of marbles, a little bit of this, maybe a touch of black powder, that kind of stuff, I would like you to roll me... We're going to go with, I'll give you illusions plus creativity.
Okay. So, illusions plus creativity.
Plus green.
Mm-hmm.
Illusions plus creativity plus green, and bang!
Ooh! Alright, so Nara, you get a +2.
Yeah.
So put that down in the combat tracker and start. You have a +2 bonus for a prank, and you can use that for either an overcome or an attack in combat, out of combat, whatever. But when you use this +2, that's you've prepped this explosive bag of marbles or something that's just going to scatter everywhere.
I'm sorry, just explosive marbles is now in my head.
Wow, okay.
Alrighty.
Just exploding marbles.
Exploding marbles.
Or maybe I'll figure out how to make a smoke bomb or something.
Yeah. Boz is just add another pound of black powder. What's the worst that could happen, kid?
Nothing bad could happen with that plan.
Yeah.
What I'm hearing is that I'm not allowed to leave Nora unsupervised near anything anymore.
What I'm hearing is that Bazu's kid's chemistry set automatically violates any insurance anyone might have.
Yeah. Well, no, what's happening is probably Rizek is so focused on the chair, Nara wanders back. There's what's this tub of black powder stuff? And just sticks her head and a giant bag in there. And Nara comes back just completely covered head to toe in soot with just a bag of marbles rattling around in, gunpowder.
This all sounds legit. Nothing in this surprises me.
So
I've been experimenting.
It's gonna be awesome.
Don't worry about it.
Mm-hmm.
So, Yira, it is now your go. Unless Han... I'm going across the line from left to right.
If Han wants to go first, go for it. Otherwise, I can go.
What I'll be doing is literally doing and where were you out however you out so late, young lady, to Hotaru. So if we want to save that for last, we can.
Okay. So Yira, what you got?
At least in regards to a bunch of this, Yira's sort of been attempting to talk to the weird spirit jar. I'm assuming that doesn't really work all that well.
Once you guys are out of the swamp, you're not getting full sentences anymore. You're getting a handful of words here or there. But you can still try to communicate with it if you want. I'm sorry, what?
I can actually talk to it. It's not...
Yeah.
It's not Yura sits there going, can you say anything, and then just gets silence in return.
Yeah, no, you will get words back. They just will not be full sentences. They will be short things because spirit energy out of the swamp... Well, the spirit energy in the swamp was surprisingly dense.
Reasonable.
But if there's anything you want to ask, the spirit in the jar, please.
I'm going to say Yuru is going to have a lot of technobabble at the spirit of the jar. She actually has a lot of questions about a large variety of topics, most of which probably I, the player, do not actually know very well.
Okay.
But mostly questions about spirits, how things are, the way the world is, that type of thing.
You're going to get stuff back like, be comfortable. Most spirits good. Just very very truncated compared to like the elaborate sentences that were gotten before when you guys were in the swamp.
Makes sense.
But yeah,
this is the majority of what is going to be. And good old meditation.
Okay, that works. Han.
So after one of Hotaru's late night sneak outs, so basically every night you've come home thus far, Han will be. You can't quite tell if he's meditating or sleeping. You probably think sleeping, and so you just kind of flop in the pile.
Yep.
You're not meditating, you're sleeping. I know the difference.
But so maybe like the third time that you sneak out, you come back, and as you're trying to like tiptoe and hide in the pile, you're going.
So I want to make it clear, I'm not trying to hide. I literally just come in and just flop down. I'm making no attempts at stealth at either leaving or coming.
All right. So as you're walking back in, Han's going to kind of crack an eye open and ask, "And where have you been this evening, young lady?"
Failing.
Oops, sorry, you said failing?
Yeah.
Failing?
Again.
Failing at what?
Can we talk about this later? I'm very tired.
I think it's better if we talk about it now. Especially because you've been hiding it from the group.
I'm not hiding anything. I'm just trying to keep you safe while I practice.
Your lava bending, you mean?
Well, my failed attempts at controlling lava bending.
Well, where are you struggling?
I can't do it unless I'm filled with rage and emotion. It doesn't come to me otherwise. It's not like normal earthbending. Earthbending I can do as if it was natural, as if it was just breathing. But lava bending, it's like taking that and twisting it into something that I don't like.
Well, here, just describe the difference for me. So, I'm not an earthbender, but from what little I understand, earthbending has a sort of firmness and solidity to the movements and to the mindset. Is that right?
Nod. It's about planting yourself, about knowing where you stand with the world and with your surroundings.
And how does that change when it becomes lava?
Earth is solid. It only changes with the will of the user. And even then, you're shaping it, you're carving it. It still keeps its form, it still follows the rules of the world. But lava, it's hot and temperamental. It doesn't... It's the difference between holding a rock and holding water. Except the water burns you if you make even the slightest mistake.
Well, it's not quite the same, but your lava sounds a little closer to air than than it does to Earth in a way.
Maybe. If
See,
anything, it's probably closest with fire.
in elementally, sure, but in a lot of ways it sounds like with lava you have to relinquish a lot of the control that you have with Earth. A lot of the firmness. You don't have a solid foundation. And obviously the destructive potential is something to be concerned about, but do you think maybe that fear is holding back your ability to control it safely?
It might be. I need to check something in my backstory. How well do you remember our backstories? Because I've forgotten an important detail in mine.
I usually read through them like once every 2 weeks.
I have a fast question then, because I think you'll remember quicker than me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm like, maybe. But it does scare me. It's... Other than maybe that Hellfire Bender, I don't know a more dangerous and destructive form of bending. I guess maybe lightning, but Yura seems to have control of that.
You think she got that control overnight?
No.
And lightning, at least from the way she's described it, is more than capable of hurting the user if it's not controlled.
She does it so effortlessly, so with control and no emotion. I don't know how to summon this lava without feeling the rage when I first used it. Do you know when I first used my lava bending?
When? What happened?
When I watched my dad kill my mom in front of my eyes.
Oh, shit.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry.
That broke me, and I don't even remember. That was the moment I stopped remembering everything that was happening up until Rizik and Yura freed me. I just remember rage and sorrow and just everything around me erupting. I don't even know how many people died that day because of me.
So, the first time that you felt that loss of stability was also coded in grief and anger. Maybe that's the real reason you can't control it, because you can't separate those two sensations. And with air, it's sort of the opposite. You kind of have to free yourself from the mortar coil, so to speak. You kind of have to let the winds up and take you where they'll go, because there's air everywhere, and there always will be. So you can't stand against it. You can't move around it. You just have to kind of let it flow. So I don't know. Maybe meditate. Find a state of mind where you can be unmoored but not enraged. Maybe that'll give you the control that you need.
I can try, but if I'm to be honest, I don't even know how to process half of what I've found out about myself in the last month. I don't know how to deal with all that, and I wish I knew someone at least that could tell me something about this. I've never heard of anyone who can do what I do.
It's a new one for me too, but
I was actually hoping that Booming would know, but he didn't know what I was talking about when I mentioned it. Or he didn't seem to, at least.
I imagine it's extremely rare. So, like I said, I think all you can do for now is try to meditate on your situation a little bit. find a way to decouple your grief and anger from that loss of foundation.
Is that how you deal with what happened to you?
No, maybe not. Mine's a little different. I don't think I've meditated as much as I have in the last few days in years, easily. But
You're older, sort of, than me. Kind of.
I've certainly lived more experience than you have.
How do you deal with what happened to you?
For a long time, I ran. I was already good at escaping and flying to wherever the heck I wanted to. So for a long time, I just tried to run and tried to forget. But I couldn't really, not completely, as much as I wanted to be free. There was a part of me that needed at least a little bit of stability. So eventually I couldn't constantly run anymore, and tried to make an honest, non-bender living for myself, I guess. That didn't last very long. Mr. Franco managed to catch me bending, and the whole thing with me keeping BB came out, so as much as working for him is a pain, I am grateful to him, because he did sort of give me a way to feel connected again, you know? I never realized how much I needed community until it was gone.
Do you want to meditate together?
I'd like that.
All right. I will get in a meditation position and probably try to meditate with you until inevitably I just fall asleep in Minghua's fur.
I am very warm.
Once it's obvious that you're asleep, Han will kind of chuckle a little bit and tuck you both in a little better.
Aw.
Routines.
Han is the dad no one deserved, but he's the dad everyone needs.
Yep. He has grown into his role.
He has grown into his role.
Dad.
All right.
I'm very happy that we have forced him into this role.
Han doesn't realize that he's grown into the role, but he absolutely has.
So I'm gonna say that's the end of definitely first space. Next space is gonna take place a day or two later when you guys are actually out into the open plains and you can all like leave the tank train for a bit and do whatever, having had a few days of travel under your belt and performing the activities that you all have mentioned. Mm-hmm. You are, past the threshold, past Yisan, where you guys were before, heading closer to Tuzin, but it still is probably a couple of days out. But you are very much in the middle of the wilderness, away from everyone at this point.
Well, if we're doing passing, can I go first?
Sure.
I will continue training, though I'm going to be a little easier on myself. I'm going to probably be away within sight, but away of hurting any, out of range of any, of being able to hurt people, and will only try for a reasonable amount of time after some meditation.
Okay.
I will still have about the same results, but my failures will be less destructive than they were a couple days ago.
Yeah. Also, after a good night of sleep, especially after, your little conversation with Han, I'm going to say the both of you, the conversation was very helpful in more ways than one, and you both feel almost like a relieved vigor, as just like stress has just kind of been draining out of you.
Was the bottle with us?
It was in the same room.
Okay.
Good bottle.
Who would like to go next? No takers. That's a little shocking.
I mean,
Well,
I guess I'll go. Mine isn't very story important, but
What you gonna do, Mingwa?
Mingwa kind of just wants to take some time to like stretch and work out after the combination of getting the shit kicked out of him and needing to kick the shit out of things to protect his friends. So basically, I want to try to generate that sort of combat boost.
Okay. Those are good things to generate. By the way, you can only generate one of these things per montage. But
Yep, that makes a lot of sense, and I had assumed that.
let's see. I'm gonna stretching and prepping yourself. I will say strength plus
Acrobatics?
Yeah, I was gonna say acrobatics.
And are we in green or yellow?
You are still in green.
For now.
Yeah, Mingwa's still not feeling great and is kind of
No, it's
he's doing it, but he's tired.
yeah, it's still a +1. You're doing light calisthenics. You know, you're like
Yeah, kind of slowly getting back into things.
You're like, yeah, I'm only gonna lift this, 1-ton boulder over my head. It's not that much. I should be doing it with one hand, but I just don't feel like it today.
I'm still sore. I'm trying to get rid of the soreness.
Mm-hmm.
I'm probably having to keep an eye, also distracted by like keeping an eye on Nora during this.
Fair.
I'm definitely going to be trying to evade you. I'm practicing my ninja skills.
All right, I guess we're going.
You're probably trying to pounce on me without me expecting it while I'm doing push-ups type thing.
Hell yeah, I have to practice my sneak.
Nara,
Your sneak and
roll-
your jump.
roll me agility and prankster, please, Nara.
Amazing.
Mingwa, roll me perception.
Agility.
Which you don't have.
Are we still in green?
You are still in green.
Acha.
Oh, I win.
Not good.
Uh-oh.
You basically turn around and grab me out of midair, and I'm like, damn it, how did you find me?
I probably do like a clap push-up, send myself to my feet, and just whirl and catch you.
See, this is
Yeah,
what
and I'm just like, curses! How did you find me?
This is why you only get a +1, because Nara interrupted you halfway through, and then
I will take it. I love this.
And then you start bench pressing Nara, which is not a workout for you. But
But it keeps her distracted and contained. And
I squeal every time I go up to the highest height, and I go, higher! That's what 8-year-olds do, right?
Yeah, Mick Wad's eventually just like, fuck it, takes you with one arm and just throws you up into the sky, and then you just don't come down.
Bye!
Oh, can we get Han in on this, and Han can use his airbending to make me have a soft landing?
I mean, Han's gonna be needed to retrieve you at this rate.
Han, you've been summoned. It's been passed to you.
This will actually tie into what I was planning to do, so let's go with that.
You
Amazing.
just see me fucking launch Nara into the sky, and I'm like, bye, Dad!
So Han is going to be nearby, like, actually practicing traditional airbending kata for the first time in well before any of you met him.
Yeah, I'd say this is also an effective distraction for Mingwa.
So I'm actually going to be rolling to do a boost as well. So would I just roll air for this?
I will say you can do air plus, you know what, since you're doing a traditional kata, air plus history.
Okay. So 5.
+2. Mark those down in the tracker. I'd also say, like, star them or something so you remember it's the next time any of these would come up. You guys may have them. Honestly, you could just probably add these levels of boosts to your hero point things on the front of your first page.
Right.
Just so you have them. Alright, Rizik or Yira, who would like to go next?
Wait, is he gonna catch me, or am I gonna die?
Yes, Han will catch you at the end of a kata.
Only death.
On purpose, or is it just like noticing that she's falling into where you already are?
I'm not hearing an answer. That's concerning.
Wait, what was that?
She's asking if you are purposely putting an air pillow underneath Nara to catch her, or if Nara just happens to fall in your general vicinity and you do so unnoticed. I'm going to assume you probably do it purposely, but pretend like you didn't.
Yeah.
Come on, Dad, what the fuck?
He's a tough dad.
Mingla is going to lumber over and glare at you for using such language.
Also,
Ah!
yeet the child for their health. You need to be healthy, don't you, Nara?
What?
Angry goat gorilla monkey! Angry monkey!
No.
Alright, Rizik or Yura, who wants to go next?
I'll go next, I guess. I will see this eating child for health family bonding situation and go, yeah, not getting involved in that, and I'll continue to basically just do research on spirits.
You don't want to get involved with yeeting children?
Nah.
Makes sense.
Okay. How are you doing research with spirits?
Basically just the observation, asking questions to Thomas and the one in the bottle, and yeah.
Alright, so the one in the bottle, again, is going to be very broken up and single word. Yes. Thank you for this new space program. The one in the bottle is going to be much less talkative, and you're just going to be more or less getting, a couple of words and emotions out of it. But that's about it. What specific things are you going to be asking Kono and Thomas?
Mostly on what they can do, try and figure out where they came from and and potentially how they would get back to the spirit world, which is more for, like, Thomas's benefit, since Thomas was kind of made into a ball and stuck in the train.
Yeah. Thomas is just gonna be like... Yeah, as you're working on the engine, he's just gonna be like, I don't think I was born in the spirit world. I think I was here.
How long ago was Thomas put in the sphere?
I don't think we have an exact timeline.
You don't.
Because Thomas, unfortunately, can't tell us things like, hey, how old was the Emperor or the Avatar or etc. when you were a kid?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm older than Nara, though. I can tell you that for sure.
I'm just saying, this isn't disproving my theory that, like, they're just, like, siphoning the straight-up Avatar cycle from Aang with this.
Mm-hmm.
We have the Avatar in our...
I don't think it's necessarily likely, but it has crossed my mind as a possibility ever since, hey, wherever he was deep underwater.
Yeah.
We can't disprove it.
Pretty much.
Which is actually pretty terrifying.
Else, but we can't disprove it.
I mean, in theory, you guys could disprove that by cracking open, the thing in the engine, but then you break the tank train.
Yeah, and we have no idea if that actually just frees Thomas, or hurts Thomas, or just keeps him stuck here.
That's a lot of good questions that you do not have answers for. I will say, though, if you
Which
want,
is why I'm trying to figure out answers to these questions.
And in that case, I'm going to make you roll and overcome if that's the kind of answer you want. What is the specific question you would like an answer to?
I think I'm not sure I can give you a specific question. I think I'm still just trying to learn more because it's not the area he understands.
Okay, that's fair enough.
So this is a lot of coming up with information for more. Trying to figure out things, learn information for later, and the thing of like, look, at some point there will be the statement of like, okay, I would like to put together the information that has been gathered or use the past information to see if I can figure out this. Is I think how this is mostly going to end up.
Please roll me prototype tank train and science.
Are we still in green?
You are still in green.
Okay. And I'm still doing research, so fuck it.
I'm glad you did that. I wasn't going to say principal, because you both can imply, but yeah. 7. Succeeds, but with a minor twist. So. What do you get from Thomas in this instant, considering you've been with him for a while now?
Say a minor twist, the most dangerous of things.
Yeah. Well, for information gathering stuff, it's usually just slightly different. All right, Sean, here's what you're getting from this. Thomas is going to be a little bit more candid with you. He's going to just be like, he's very, confused about like his past, especially when he was younger, and about a lot of stuff of, what happened, before he was put in, this like core section of the tank train. But you've always been really nice to me, mister. And you gave me a new set of feet, and those were always really helpful. I mean, one day I hope to, walk up to you with my actual feet and give you a big hug as a thank you for, how nice you've always been to me.
Aww.
That's very nice. I hope to figure out how to get it so you have your actual feet again.
Oh, I still have them in here.
Well, get it so you can use them again.
Oh, thank you. I'd really appreciate that. I haven't felt the ocean between my toes or the grass under my feet in a long time. I almost forget what it feels like. My new feet don't really let me feel things like that. But they can make me go really, really fast, which is really nice. No comment to that, Sean?
Yeah, I'm trying to think of appropriate response, okay?
Fair.
It is the thing of Thomas, unfortunately, unlike if like a different small child was saying these, can't be physically hugged and would not feel it if I tried.
Aww.
So like, other than I'd like to give you a hug as well, I'm blanking on what is the correct response there.
I still love that everyone just rolled with my suggestion of Thomas for the train.
Oh, it was the best suggestion. Like, I didn't realize that we needed Thomas until he was here.
Yeah, Rizik, as you're talking to Thomas, talking about hugs and like saying that, like one of the window shutters is just going to kind of bend around into a strap of metal and just kind of wrap itself around your shoulders for a brief moment before straightening back out into position.
We'll give it a hug back, and also note the thing of like, okay, yep, that is a new thing that Thomas can do that I didn't know about either.
What's that, mister?
I didn't know that you could move the train like that.
I mean, yeah, sure. I mean, when somebody's been falling asleep at the wheel, I've been the one who's kept you guys on the path.
Yeah, but I thought that was mostly through the way I thought that was mostly through the gears, and the other will go over the parts there. I didn't know you could bend and reshape the material of the train itself like that.
What are gears?
So, yeah, that helps answer some questions, and I will give an explanation of the parts of the train and how they work.
Oh, the harnesses. Gotcha. They just tell me which way to go.
The harnesses. Wow, thanks, I hate it.
Yeah.
Oh, it's fine. It's like... They're like muscles. I need them, but I don't think about them when I'm trying to go forward. I just tell my feet to go, and they spin and we go.
That's fair.
Any other questions or comments about Thomas?
There will be a lot. There will be a lot of trying to figure out how to help Thomas and do things like that, but, I think that's basically going to be it for now.
Okay, do you have any thoughts as to how you're going to help him in or out of character?
I think it's going to be eventually figure out how to get him out of the ball in a safe manner that lets Thomas take whatever Thomas had previously.
Okay. That is one way of looking at it.
That, or somehow we jump like 10 tech tiers over the course of this game and just build him an android body that has sensors. But I think the prior one is more likely than the latter one.
Darkly, we do know someone that can remove spirits from things.
Yeah,
I don't
that
think
would be...
any of us want to take that option.
We don't. I'm just
I
mentioning.
would very much not like to see them again, please.
I don't want them.
I don't think we have that option at all.
Yes, please don't have them pull my spirit out of my body. I don't know why they would do that.
That wasn't in character.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Just mentioning it out of game.
Okay.
Out of game, there are some of them that Yura might actually trust to do this in an ethical way, but she would still also be opposed to telling them in general.
Fair. And Yura, you were the last person on this tracker. What would you like to do?
Have I heard of the type of trading Hotaru's been doing at all?
This is what I imagine Dan is doing for training.
Hotaru, are you keeping this secret or hidden? Or are you specifically...
After the conversation. It was never about being secret. It was about not being near people to hurt them.
Okay. Yura, you would see Hotaru at some point practicing bending.
Well, luckily for maybe, that's not actually the main conversation Yura would want to have.
Okay. Yeah, but basically I'll start my training rather than at night. I'll start it in the afternoon, and basically, like, when it's time for bed, I'll just stop.
Okay.
So, if you want to talk to me, you kind of got to come to me while I'm training.
So, Yura definitely will do that at some point, and, so we go.
When you approach me, you see me, like, I've basically raised a rock out of the ground, and I'm kind of looking at it, and you kind of, like, see my hands, like, shaking a little, almost like I'm trying to will something to happen to it.
What are you trying to do?
I'm trying to turn this into lava.
Just a slow nod at that.
I would like to see if I can do that without losing control of all my emotions.
What does it feel like?
Without anger fueling me, I sigh and just put my hands down. Nothing.
I'm not going to pretend to know how it feels to manipulate that. Every method of bending is different, and there's different ways to feel it or to make use of it. But if it is at all related to firebending as, well, Anger most certainly can be.
I've never asked, how does it feel to firebend? My father tried to awaken that in me a long time ago, but, well, his methods didn't and couldn't stick, and he wasn't really the best teacher, if you know what I mean.
How does it feel to firebend? It's a question, all right.
I mean, I remember his phrase, it comes from the breath, it comes from the breath. That advice never really helped with earthbending.
I'd imagine not, and it does come from the breath, but it doesn't only come from the breath. Say, at this point, I think I've learned about 5 or 6 different things that are all called firebending. And they do all work.
I kind of look up at you. What do you mean by that? Isn't one bending just the same as the others? Like, if you firebend, isn't it just firebending?
Not quite. You're just going to inhale and exhale, letting a little stream of fire come out of her mouth. It comes from the breath. A different one where you will notice, like, there's still some amount of controlled breathing, but it's very different for a step forward, a movement of the hand, and a stream of flame that turns into a wave. It comes from the heart. And one that takes a little bit longer. And another punch. This one larger. The flame straight up in a way that it definitely can't hit anyone near her. But the flames rage. They're not neat, they're not controlled, even if the direction is still set. It comes from anger. Each of these is firebending. And if I've learned anything, I'm certain earthbending has as many differences in its discipline and its methods in what you need to be feeling in order to accomplish what you want than as firebending does.
I sit and think about that for a minute. Well, my mom taught me some of that, but a lot of my own earthbending I've kind of just taught myself. It always just felt very natural.
Mm-hmm.
You say firebending comes from the breath. Earthbending, at least for me, comes from feeling the earth beneath my feet, feeling the pulse of the land.
Mm-hmm.
Understanding it completely. There's a serenity in its resiliency, in the way earth fits and shapes and forms. As long as you have will and purpose, earth will bend to what you wish it. But lava's not like that.
Lava's not resilient. It doesn't bend. It flows.
I nod. It does. And it's dangerous. Not just to everyone else, but to the wielder. To me. I've almost been burned by it a lot. But I'm only lucky that it hasn't hurt me more.
You're just going to hold a hand up to Hotaru for that one. How many times do you think I burned myself when I was trying to learn something that I didn't already know? And, like, You can see the amount of very mismatched scars there.
Father always said that only rookie firebenders burnt themselves. If you burned yourselves, you weren't worthy of being a firebender.
Anytime you're trying to learn something new, you're a rookie. We've already seen firebending techniques that I don't know of. I'm certain that if somehow I could speak to those men who cast flames from afar with nothing between them, or even the Hellfire Bender in a civilized conversation, and heard what they did, I'd burn myself at least once.
I kind of smile as remembering something. You mean like Yuki could do? I've never seen fire do what she was able to do like that. With those ribbons. You could make it dance.
I'll admit I didn't quite see what she was doing. So I don't exactly know what you're talking about, but
The girl with the White Lotus.
I was rather distracted by debating a different one of their members.
During the fight era, when you were all going after the spirit, she was very proficient at manipulating flames.
Mm-hmm.
It seemed like though she couldn't ignite them. But she normally would do things like, instead of sending, a stream of fire outward, it would instead, look like a phoenix darting from her hands before colliding with the enemy. Do things very artistic with fire that only would last for a couple of glimpses and then disappear, often, through using her ribbons.
Okay. Sorry, rewinding then. She had a lot of control, and I'd love to pick her brain about where she learned some of those techniques. But if I were to guess, either her breath or her heart is missing some of the foundation.
Can I ask you something? How do you get over the fear that you'll lose control and hurt someone? I'll be honest, I'm terrified of my ability.
It's not something you get over. It's something you accept. It's entirely possible in any of these battles that I might misjudge where one of you is moving. And in the wave of flames that I send out, you'll get caught up in it. This is always a risk. There's no two ways around it. The risk is there. I've accepted that it's there and done what I can to mitigate it, to hone my techniques, to make sure that my awareness is good enough to not cause any problems. But there's no way to stop there from being a risk. And she's going to look at the earth again. If you're afraid of the potential of harm, not that you will hurt someone, but that you can hurt them, you're going to hesitate. Part of you is going to hold back a wall that you won't be able to push through, and when you actually need to use it, it's more likely that someone will get hurt because part of you is fighting it.
Think for a minute.
Take as much time as you need.
I guess I just gotta work through those feelings.
All right.
And I go back to meditating.
Mm-hmm.
As you do so, the time in the day, the sun, reaches its zenith, and will slowly start to set from its high point, and it is now late afternoon. You guys are still bottled around. Is there anything else you guys would like to do before you head out again?
I mean, I'm going to continue unsuccessfully training.
Okay.
I am going to try and advise towards some meditation that is finding heart, not breath, because breath doesn't feel like earthbending, but...
I mean, out of character, it just does not feel appropriate to make progress on this session.
Oh, no, it definitely doesn't. You're still trying.
Yura, I will let you roll a boost action that Hotaru can use next time Hotaru uses lava bending.
We'll absolutely roll that.
I feel like I need a therapist.
I mean, yes. You absolutely do. 1 minute. 4.
+2.
Mm-hmm.
Mark that. You can actually just put that onto your home page, Wex. I told everybody to do that, right? When you made a bonus, you can just add it to your hero points section.
Mm-hmm.
Would anybody else like to do anything while you guys are out in an open field away from everybody else?
Sorry, side note, Nick, you said 2?
Yep.
Anybody at all? I'm not. Otherwise, we're just going to get you back in the train and get going.
Yeah, I basically have the continuing project that I am working on.
At some point, we got to open that jar.
Yeah, there's the stopping and opening the jar, but I was assuming you would tell us when we get to the appropriate location to do that.
You've been that was.
I mean, he seems to be hinting that we're at one.
You're at one.
Okay.
Yeah, you're at one.
Okay, yeah.
Then let's open the jar.
Like, you finally arrived.
Yeah, no. I'm like sitting here looking at them, and I'm just like, you guys recognize I said your big open field away from all other villages. And
Yeah,
I'm just
sorry.
I had to free an arm from under the cat to reach the push to talk button.
Oh, no problem. Okay.
I thought we were doing other
Is
stuff.
Pito being adorable?
Yes, she has eeled her way onto my lap, which is impressive because like my legs are up and my feet are braced on an adjacent chair.
Your Chris.
Cats are a fluid.
Your Chris.
Cats are a fluid. It's just extremely cute.
So it's instead of being hot fluid like lava, it's cute fluid.
Yes, exactly.
All right. So I'm glad you guys did this at the top of yellow then. So Rizik, you're gonna go get the jar and you're gonna pop the top on the masonry.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, Mingwell's going to like herd Nora and Hotaru back.
Okay, so the blue dancing will-o-wisp is going to come flying out of it, spin in a circle, and like little bits of, I want to say like glowing magic dust is just kind of sprinkle off of it as it circles around. And then its form is going to, convulse for a bit and then start growing rapidly to be about the same size as all the adults in the party. And eventually this is going to appear in front of you guys.
Oh, 1 minute. I'm a 20-something woman.
Appears to be a woman. She looks like a perfectly normal person. Late.
Tara, what was your mom's name?
Not that.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah. Early 20s in appearance, long, flowing ebony hair, big round eyes, very puffy lips, even not a blemish on her skin, even though it doesn't appear that she's wearing any kind of makeup. And very loose-fitting robes that kind of, barely hold on to her form. And she's going to look at you and say, "Oh, thank you very much for releasing me from my confinement. I appreciate it greatly." And she's going to, bow deeply. And to all the adults in the room, as she bows forward, her robe just kind of parts enough that if this was in the middle of a city, it would be considered indecent. But it still covers, it still covers all of her important bits.
So it sounds like we're getting a lot of cleave.
You were getting a lot of
I think
cleave.
we're getting more than that, given what Izzy said.
You are getting cleave and like frontal side boob.
Ooh.
Okay.
Oh my.
Nara might be experiencing something.
We said to the adults in the party.
Do I count as
Okay.
Sexual
Yeah.
awakening with Kono, the girl in the jar.
Everybody except for Nara would get that.
Okay.
Mingwa, you two, you're just like, humans don't dress like that. There's something wrong.
Nope.
I'm gonna cover
Well,
Nara's
this
eyes.
is a
She like a
spirit
geisha
came
or
out of a
something?
jar.
I'm sorry, one at a time, please.
I'm
You
gonna
go.
cover Nara's eyes.
Okay, Kenzie, what did you say?
I said, is she like a geisha or something?
She doesn't appear to be. Her robes are far too plain to be a geisha. It looks like she's wearing very simple clothes, flat sandals.
Hotaru is covering my eyes.
Hotaru is covering your eyes, so yeah, you can't see any other details.
I'm gonna kind of be petulant and be like, I want to see the pretty lady.
One second, she needs a minute.
Okay.
Yeah, no, she's just going to stand up. The wind is, blowing through her hair.
You put a lot of thought into making this woman very attractive for some reason.
Yeah, she's going
He's trying to
She's going to try to
Well,
fuck you
choices.
people.
she's going to again bow very deeply to you guys and say, "Hello, I am Kono, the spirit of
She's a succubus.
I'm the spirit of comfort.
Succubus.
I've been feeling the pain, sorrow, and loneliness you all have, and you seem to do an excellent job of comforting one another, and that makes me very happy. Is there any way I can aid you in this?"
Oh no.
Mingwa just sort of tilts his head to the side
I'll
in
be right
confusion.
back. I need to check on something. Keep going.
Hotaru has left the building.
Taro's like, nope.
I'm too young for this, except not.
I'm older than all of you.
Taru, I already have a girlfriend.
Oh, Dad! She's so pretty. Maybe you could marry her and I could get a mom.
Oh god.
I glare at Han like, don't even fucking think about it.
As soon as she popped out of the
I
screen, that was
stare-
one of my first thoughts.
I stare right back at Minghua and be like, "Are you fucking crazy?"
But spirits are so fun.
She's going to wander over and just like take her finger and just kind of trace it down your chest, Han, and just be like, "It's okay. The child does not actually need a mother to be comforted, but you desire family."
I just shove Nora into Han's hip.
And I hug Dad like, we're his family. He's my dad. Immediately, Dad's on point.
I'm on it.
He's been
I am
waiting
going
for
to
this
be very
day.
oblivious for this.
No. She's just gonna be like, I understand the bonds you share join you together, and you are a family with one another, and that brings you happiness that you have not known for a long, long time. And she's going to, kind of like let her finger drop off your chest in an incredibly seductive manner, Han.
She is trying to fuck
Well.
Dad.
Yeah, and
Is this just gonna be Vin Diesel?
Yes, it is. Always Vin Diesel. Always has been.
Han is Vin Diesel.
Always
That's what Han
has
looks
been.
like canonically now.
No wonder he grew his hair out.
I'm Vin Diesel with the hair he wishes he could have.
Vin Diesel does have hair in one of his movies. I forget
Yes,
which one.
I know.
Kono,
Like Witch Hunter or something.
Kono is then going to wander over to Yira.
Not Rizik? I'm surprised.
She'll get to Rizik eventually. and she'll just be like,
Just gonna like, throw Rizik on the ground and I'm gonna mute myself.
We've already destroyed Izzy's, advertising anything for this. We don't need to keep going.
Yeah, no, it's just gonna get worse.
Yeah, Kono is going to come over and just be like, and you, she's going to try to grasp your hand, Zira. And like, you have so much inner turmoil. And yet through your own meditation, you're trying to find solace and peace. And if there's any actions you need to perform to make that peace and comfort truly enter your soul, you let me know. And she's going to grab your hands and just bring her close and just like smack them right on her boobs. Just like holding your hands over her heart and like, like staring, like not blinking, like eye contact directly into you, like trying to say like, she gets you.
You was going to sort of look right back and say, sorry, what, Wax?
What did I just walk back in on?
Yura's groping Kono's chest.
Yura's going to look right back and say, the turmoil has been dealt with. But thank you.
Literally walked away. What?
And then she's going to wander over to Hotaru. And after looking at Yura and saying, if you need anything, you let me know.
My face goes blush red, and I'm like, oh, okay.
No. She says that to Yura. She says that to Yura. She's gonna wander back over to Hotaru, and you, my dear, she's gonna say, takes her hand, just kind of put it on the side of your face, Hotaru, and just kind of gingerly, like trace from your ear along your jawbone to your chin.
I've gotten beat red.
Just was that deduction from you, Yura, just now?
Oh no, this is self-discipline.
I had a feeling.
This is Yura going, I see what you're about. I'm not giving you a reaction.
Okay. Anybody can roll me an insight at any point, by the way, if you want to actually know what she's about.
I
roll an insight also, Izzy, but yours also in team. I'm not giving you anything right now.
That's fine.
I've seen this before. Principle of the Nomad. Oh, 9.
9. We'll come back to you after I finish with Hotaru. Just remember you had a 9.
Crazy.
She's just gonna kind of like trace your chin, look at you, and you're like, you've suffered so much pain and loss in your life. And now that you have answers, they've ultimately led to only more questions. But not questions about what has been, but questions of who you are. If there's anything I can do to help you discover yourself, you let me know. She's going to say as she like lets go of your chin with her finger and like slyly turns around, and you almost think she winks at you as her hair kind of flips over one shoulder as the wind catches it.
I just kind of nervously gulp and try very much to look away in any other direction. I look the most possibly embarrassed I could be.
If you make eye contact with Minghua accidentally during this, Minghua is just going to raise an eyebrow at you.
Oh, I definitely do. I am looking like it is the awkward teenager, like, oh no, how do I deal with these feelings?
Yep.
Yeah, no, she's then going to...
were you going to loop back to Yura after that, or after Kono's talked to everyone?
I was going to wait for her to talk to everybody.
Makes sense.
I'm so interested in what she's going to say to Rizik.
That's why Rizik's last.
That's why Rizik's last. Yeah, she I'm sorry. She's just going to kind of saunter over to Rizik and say, you feel shame over what you have done in the past. and you're trying to right those wrongs. And she's just staring you dead in the eyes, Sean, then like looking you up and down. You saying anything to that, Rizik?
Not really, like... That Rizik is self-aware about this part of himself. Like, this has come up before.
You've always had a lonely childhood. You are gifted in ways most others are not. And that's kept you alone and separated from others. And now that you've let this group in, they're slowly filling the hole and helping you right any wrongs that you've seen, and that brings you joy. But I want to let you know that you can let me in as well. She's going to say as she, clutches, her chest, and her, robes just slip ever so slightly off of her shoulders. Then she's going to, get incredibly close for you, ignoring all, sense of, personal space. Completely not COVID safe. And she's just going to, be literally almost touching your nose with her own and just say, if there's anything you need me to do to make you feel at ease and lessen your burden, you tell me.
I'd like to remind you that Avatar is rated PG, sir. Or PG.
Thank you, but I am good. There's the most definite looking above someone's head at the moment for this conversation.
Aww.
She's going to wander away and then head over to Minghua.
Oh, this is going to be the interesting one.
Oh boy!
And you, wonderful creature, taking care of so many others, even though you know that there's a hole in your heart for the family that you have been separated from for so long. But yet your heart is so big, filled with those surrounding you. You have so much love to give, and if there is any kind of love and comfort I can share with you, she's going to say as she, walks forward, and, the robes kind of, part over one of her legs, revealing way too much thigh.
Is she wearing underwear?
Are you looking?
I think we know the answer to that.
I mean, she's being that obvious.
And she's just going to be like, and if there's anything I can do, you let me know. And she's going to just kind of scritch your little goat gorilla whiskers under your chin as you do that, as she says that.
I kind of scrunch my face like I'm not entirely comfortable with that, but I'm letting it happen. I will also motion, trying to convey, hey, can you tell us anything about Thomas?
Anything about what?
Thomas.
The most important man present.
We love Thomas.
Mm-hmm. He's here to help.
What can we do to make his life easier?
The lost child who wishes to return home. Yes, you've done good to keep him safe from harm, but really all he needs is to be released and to be sent home. And you, dear sweet child, she's going to say as she grabs Nara by the head and just plants your face between her breasts. Like you're having a hard time breathing, Nara. There is no air.
Okay with this.
There is no. There's no air in these airbags.
I am embarrassingly covering my face, but also slipping a glance once in a while.
She's just gonna be like.
I kind of flail wildly and I muffle, Dad!
Yeah, no words escape it. It is the cleavage that, just drowns out a million sorrows and words.
Am I inadvertently motorboating this woman?
Yes, apparently.
Why is this what this session has become?
I don't.
I'm
Because
motorboating.
we already agreed with Izzy's monetization. We have to go all the way.
That's what you do.
That's what we do. Kenzie, roll me agility and creativity, please.
For motorboating?
Yes.
I think we might have a session title.
Inadvertent motorboating.
For motorboating.
Hey!
Eh.
12. This doesn't count for shit.
Yep. Nope. It's the 4 we're going with. It's the best. It's the best motorboating you've ever done, Nara.
Why?
is
Why?
an
Why is
question,
this
all right.
sentence being said related to the child?
Because Kenzie's the one who asked to roll it.
We know who to blame for this.
Kenzie and her dirty, dirty mind.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Okay, now I'm pretty sure she's hit everybody. If anybody would like to make an insight check now. I know I know you rolled a 9. Would anybody else like to? Intuition, deduction,
Oh, why do you do this to me?
anything like that.
Because that one's spectacular.
I guess I'll roll one now because I can think a little bit.
Sure.
Nope, I got Bupkis. I get this
I'm
lady
not
is a bit
sure.
odd.
Can Hotaru really think a little bit right now?
Hotaru also gets Bupkis.
Intuition.
I mean,
I'll roll it with
okay. In fairness, Hotaru or Minghua, you guys can choose to succeed with a major twist.
No, Hotaru's just gonna use her one collection.
Oh, or you can do that.
Yeah, no,
so
Migmal's just like, man, people are weird
I
sometimes.
at least have succeed with a minor twist.
Okay. So you got a 6. Minghua's just failing.
Yeah, Migmal's just failing.
Nara, are you choosing to fail or succeed with a major twist?
Fail.
Okay.
Failure is always an option, after all.
Failure is always an option. No rolls from Rizik or Han?
I don't have a skill for it.
You can roll d4s and hope for the best.
Guess I can roll my.
If I'd be rolling 2d4s, I'm pretty sure, unless for some reason conviction or lightning calculator or persuasion applies.
I would allow
Make
conviction.
the calculator if you're paying enough attention.
Okay.
Yeah,
Fair enough.
yeah,
We're in yellow?
Yeah, you're in yellow.
Okay.
Oh, I rolled green for that accidentally. Whoops.
Just re-roll the yellow. 8. 8 is good.
So,
Nice,
8,
Rizik.
which...
Yellow
okay.
was a 6, so
Okay, so
that's my. Then I moved to a 4 instead of the 3.
all of you get this because you all succeeded. Those of you with minor twists, which is Nara, Han, and Hotaru. Nara, Han, and Hotaru. Oh, that's beautiful. So all of you get that this spirit, she honestly and earnestly wants to make you all feel as good as humanly possible and bestow on you however comfort in any way she can, which is the obvious part. The inobvious part is the way she's acting. It doesn't seem like it's an act or a front. This seems to be the only way she knows how to interact with humans. Like, this was learned.
This seems like a problem that I don't know how to fix.
Okay, with that knowledge, Yura is going to actually be like, can we talk for a moment?
Out of the emotional wheelhouse.
Yeah.
I'm not sure
No,
we
no, no,
got
no,
the
no,
twist yet.
yeah. For all of you that got a minor twist, you get all that. And you recognize that for everybody else, but she definitely has a specific connection to you if you got the minor twist. Everybody else, this is just something she knows, but for you, no, there's a connection here, and it needs to be nurtured and fostered, and there's definitely something there. That was for Hotaru, Nara, and Han.
Welp.
Well,
I need to go to the bathroom, and I just turn and walk away.
Yeah. With that being said, folks, I think this is where we're gonna cut for the night.
Amazing.
see, I still think a good cut is Yura going.
Session.
Hold on a minute. What era?
I'm still saying, and a good cut point is Yura just tapping her on the shoulder saying, let's go talk over there for a moment.
Yes,
Takono?
yes, of course, if that will make you more comfortable. And, Yira leads her off into a bunch of bushes, and you see her slowly starting to, undo her robe and drop it down her back as her front disappears into the bushes. You turn around Yira, and you just get a full frontal.
This is exactly what Yura is expecting, but we can deal with that next session.
Yeah.
Yep.
You want to have sex with her?
No.
Okay.
Yura's the one who passed.
Yeah, you.
Okay.
Oh my god.
The whole, why do I have to be the responsible adult? I guess I have to be the responsible adult.
You are literally the oldest character.
I
No,
know.
you're literally the oldest character.
That
By
doesn't
lived
count.
experience,
That
Yura
doesn't
is
count.
oldest.
Fair. Alrighty, so we're going to first off, congratulate. Memorable quotes.
Of course. Kenzie yelled at me for good reason, but also I regret nothing.
Yep.
You shouldn't. You're great.
Why do I always get tagged for memorable quotes?
Because you
you're
say
hilarious,
absolute
Kenzie.
gems.
Alright, so we're going to jump over to questions for session 12. What did you learn? What do you want to know more about? And where do you think this is going? Also, what are we calling this session?
Look, you know what my suggestion is.
I'm aware. Also, everybody, congratulations. I am awarding everybody a
Yay.
collection.
Hey.
So,
Is this for...
you guys gain a collection. I guess this is 5 to 12. And I'm going to just call this collection Spiritual Growth.
Oh my.
Because you guys have grown and you've learned about spirits and they've grown.
Is that what you're calling it now, Izzy?
That is what
I
I'm
reserve the right to label mine as spirit bullshit.
Shh. Enjoy.
Is this a book 2, Spiritual Growth?
Yeah, something like that.
Well, the others were books. So,
Well, I didn't label the other ones. Did I label the?
yes, you told us it was book 1, Journey to Amashu.
Okay, then this will be, or I'm also labeling it by session number, so I guess this is book 5 to 12, Spiritual, whatever I just said, Spiritual Growth. So, let's start off. Nara, what did you learn? Nara?
My dog is being annoying. I think my character's bi now.
I think that's becoming a club.
Yeah.
Okay,
A good club to be in.
that is fair. What do you want to know more about?
How do they pick the avatar in the other tribes?
Interesting question. And where do you think this is going?
Let's find the avatar!
Yeah. All right. Han, what did you learn?
Oh god, Han is actually being a dad. Send help.
What? That's what nanny's for. You're fine.
Nanny. Okay. What do you want to know more about?
Generally more about the spirit bullshit, more specifically about this Watcher.
That is a good question. That is, in fact, a very good question. And where do you think this is going?
We must capture the avatar. I mean, find the avatar.
Okay, Zuko.
Yeah.
My honor.
Honor! Okay. Next up, you didn't put a number 3 in there.
Yeah,
You
I
did,
did.
it's-
It's a little ways down.
It came late because Dan is bad at editing.
Ah,
Yep.
okay. Rizik,
I gave up.
what did you learn?
More about spirits.
Fair. What do you want to know more about?
Why, Izzy? Why?
Why not? Where do you think this is going?
The most awkward conversations and then finding the avatar.
You could do both at the same time. But fair. Next up, also, why didn't you roll lore? You could have taken a major twist for this character.
I could have, but I didn't want to.
Fair.
It's funnier this way, after all, Izzy.
Yep. What did you...
Picture it this way. The fact that I failed being Minghua is looking around at everyone like, what the fuck are you all doing?
Why is everybody slowly undressing in their corner of the tank train? Go back and listen to the beginning bits of why she said she was captured by the White Lotus. It'll have a new perspective now.
Yeah, no, it makes way more sense now.
I know.
It's very obvious, Izzy.
Yep.
There's no real questions here.
Yep.
What did you learn, Minghua?
People are terrible. Also, that specific quote of spirits don't do anything against their nature.
Mm-hmm. I'm impressed you caught that. I just slipped it in under the radar, I thought.
Yeah, no, the instant I heard that, I'm just like, oh, that's gonna be relevant.
Alright, what do you want to know more about?
Who exactly is Thomas, and how is Izzy going to burn us for freeing them? Because you will.
Will I?
Oh, he absolutely will.
Will I?
Yes. It's probably not going to be in a way we expect, but you will manage it.
It's never going to be the way we expect with Izzy.
I
I have faith in you for this.
I would like the recording to note that it is session 12, and apparently everybody in the party thinks I'm going to burn the group with Thomas.
It's not that Thomas himself is going to be a problem. It's that the fact that we make this choice will, at some point down the line, cause its own issues.
Yep, that's basically what I'm expecting here.
I know exactly what the issue is that I'm planning on giving you if that happens. It is not what I think you guys think it is.
Mm-hmm.
But no, all of your actions will have consequences, like letting Kono out of her jar.
Yep.
Where do you think this is going?
Find the Avatar, for lack of any current better ideas.
That is fair. Yira! What did you learn?
We need to find the Avatar. It's going to be hard to find the Avatar, but we actually need to, because we are in way over our heads.
Mm-hmm. What else?
Also, wow, this entire group except Minghua and Yura seem to be vulnerable in the surprising and exact same way. Also, I am the only responsible adult.
I thought Rizek also passed.
Rizek did also pass. Rizek and Yura are the only two that passed this.
And then Minghua failed, so he just...
Team minor twist.
No, Rizek rolled an 8. Rizek was fine. It was Han, Nara, and Hotaru that all got the minor twist.
Sorry, amending this, Rizek is also a responsible adult.
Yeah. But
Fair.
you knew this! Okay, what do you want to know more about?
Spirit bullshit.
That answer comes up a shocking number of times for all of you for number 2.
Can you guess
I
what one of
wonder
the
why.
things Yura is going to be doing in the forest is?
Spirit bullshit.
Exactly.
Fair. And where do you think this is going?
More Izzy the succubus.
She's not a succubus, she's a spirit.
Mm-hmm. That
Anything-
one and the same here.
anything-
Maybe find the Avatar. Also, Yura is going to have to protect some members of this party from themselves, mostly Hotaru.
Alright. And is that everybody? Except for Hotaru? Yeah, okay. Hotaru, what did you learn?
I am going to need a good therapist if I want to do super cool lava bending.
You know, if you need to talk to somebody to get more comfortable with yourself, I'm more than happy to speak with you. What do you want to know more about?
I really want to know more what actually happened to the Avatar. I know we're tracking down a thread, but like out of game, I want to know what like the progression actually is and where they are, who they are.
Okay. I've already said I know the answers to those questions, and you guys will eventually get there. Alright, and, where do you think this is going?
I kissed a girl and I liked it.
Okay.
Unless, yeah. I mean, Otaro's sexuality has been pretty set early on.
Is it a girl or a spirit?
Does it matter in this circumstance?
Volcano Los Dos.
Porque no las dos. Fair enough. Okay, so what are we calling this session, everyone?
Oh
If they don't
no.
respond, Izzy might still go with
The
it.
motorboating, the
Motorboating's a
YSEY.
pretty good name.
You
I'll
guys,
admit, I'm not going to fight that one.
you guys did a lot before you got to the motorboating.
Yeah, but you then had us transition to that, so like that's what's going to get remembered.
Izzy, you only have yourself to blame.
No, I don't. I have Kenzie to blame.
Fair point.
Kenzie put the
What?
you put
What?
you you put the idea out there, Kenzie, and then it's like
What
a
idea?
and then it's like a game of chicken.
What idea? Which
You-
idea?
You said motorboating. You literally said the word.
Remember, Izzy is part of team, continues going at chicken.
Yeah,
I
he would
mean-
be.
I am.
I mean, I have made
Is he yes ands too much?
session
And
name.
that's how stuff like this happens.
So I think
Yeah.
this.
Yeah. This is why it's definitely at least partially your fault, Kenzie.
No. It's not my fault.
So yeah, session name Izzy. Yes, ands too much.
You try to say it's not your fault, but we can't hear you because there's tits in your face.
Hey, I get a lovely view and I get to die happy. I'm okay with this.
Fair.
Continuing to prove your point.
Would you not?
Bazu just says in the back of your head, "You should have seen the craters on Twee."
Ooh.
Craters is the opposite of what you want here.
Yeah, kinda.
I'm just now envisioning, like, what the fuck does that look like?
I mean, it is the mood, so it's sort of the right choice of word, but also, ow, my brain.
Mm-hmm.
You've never seen a full moon until you've seen one from the full moon.
First time for
Hey,
everything.
haven't I? I'm about to.
Oh boy.
Total eclipse
I need,
of the
I need an
heart.
adult. I need an adult.
Shh, it's all right, sweetie.
I
I am an adult.
I need a different adult.
I can be a different adult.
I need my dad.
He's also distracted. He's not helpful here.
Nope.
Yeah, Kodo is gonna reach over, grab Han. Han
Ew,
get
no, I do not want this to be a weird threesome with my dad.
Han gets smushed into the other boob, so you guys are close together.
I feel like
No,
that's
no,
actually a good
Not
session.
doing it for me
Yeah.
anymore.
Why?
You've now killed it.
It's dead and
Have gone
buried.
too far.
I mean, he's
Sorry,
Izzy.
Han.
Of course he did.
Of course, I don't.
Sorry, Han. I don't think of you that way.
So as a reminder, since you've all gained a collection from this, you may change something. You may either swap out a power or a quality from your list. You may swap out an ability in any of the colors. Or you may swap out a principle if you believe your character has grown enough to do so. Please private message me if you make any of these changes. And
Izzy, I'm making the one I told you about.
that's fine. And all right. Anybody else have any final comments before we decide where we're going from this point forward?
I blame you. I'm pretty sure that's it.
All right, fair enough. So you can end the recording, everybody.
Good night.
Good night,
Bye.
everybody.